Isang magandang hapon sa lahat, Talaingod teachers. And we are here again in the afternoon session of day 4 of the District Echo on Training of Trainers on Learning Management System. Reminders po that we have another attendance link this afternoon. Again, we have another link, we have another attendance link this afternoon. Earlier, we had witnessed the return demo of our teachers in different grade level. And this afternoon, we will witness the return demo of senior high school representative of Talaingod District. But before that, I hope that we are still alive and kicking as we go through on our fourth day webinar afternoon session. Okay, greetings coming from Ma'am Juvie Jane Paalisbo. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Ma'am. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Helen Faunilian Filiscozo. Good afternoon, everyone. Laban lang sa hinay ug wala-wala nga signal. Basta talaingod, hawod. We have also greetings coming from Sir Alfonso Santiala Jr. Hello, everyone, Talaingod District, and hello to our school head, Ma'am Erlene Maldo. Also, we have here a greetings coming from Ma'am Sir Janik Romo. Good afternoon, everyone. Also from Sir Jeric Bry Lascunia. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Sir Bry Lascunia. Another greetings coming from Sir Cheruel Gulivan. Good afternoon, Talaingod teacher, especially to my wife. Yehey, wife ni Sir Cheruel Gulivan. Good afternoon again to the teachers of Talaingod, and also I would like to say good afternoon to our public schools district supervisor Sir Justiniano Cubar. Okay, kanina we are experiencing technical problem during the recapitulation of Sir Edmond Palmes. At this point, to give a clear and complete recapitulation on our yesterday's salient point, let us all welcome on screen the pride of Cuyas Elementary School, Sir Edmond Palmes.
Great things start from small beginning. To our school's division superintendent, CISO 5, Dr. E.T. Silva, morning, ma'am. And to our school's district supers, Dr. Lisanano D. Kubar. To all beloved principals, school heads, and beautiful, handsome teachers of Dala Ingot, a pleasant morning to each and everyone. My task for today is to give a recap, which is an overview for the yesterday Echo and Learning Management System. Hmm, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I learned a lot from this webinar, and I hope that each one of us also will learn something from about it. Now, let's go about the preliminary. Recapitulation is given by Ruthel Montiquilia from Palma Hill IS. The followed by Dr. Lorna M. Nipogos of HRDD Chief, who introduced the guest speaker. Our Assistant Secretary, GHS Ambat, who give us an inspirational message for us a teacher to continue our duty in spite of new normal mode of teaching. Followed by the short message from the breakout session from our public school district supervisor, Sir Herciniano D. Cooper. Well, thank you so much, sir. That's really inspired us. In the morning session in the elementary level, first simulator was Pastora E. Daro. Together with John Twain C. Daro, they discuss about the mathematics and visualizing number up to 100,000. Second simulator was Mom Jurodel P. Tagalog and Mom Dorin M. Costantino, which is this about na magalang na panalita. Magalang daw. So, ladies and gentlemen, we learn a lot from this. And I think and I know to myself that we really need to become a better person someday. And we're going to teach that also to our student, that they will become a better person also. In junior high school, our first simulator was Al Shalom Pelobilio, together with Fatima E. Garcia, who discussed about using the gadget in teaching. Second simulator was also from Duhali National High School, is Mom Trinidad B. Agudo, together with Irvin Ray Abao and Sir Fernand Bagaes as learners they discuss about grade 7 music and MAPI subject. I remember when I was in elementary, I really loved my MAPI teacher. She really great have what is this? Learning that impact to us. In senior high, first our simulator was Mom Mariver B. Semblante together with Mom Mary Ann Stuke as a learner that did discuss about food processing and TVL. Masarap yan mga kaibigan. Pwede ibulad. Afternoon session in elementary, first we have our simulator was Mom Kathleen Cynthia D. Pasalgon as our ALS mobile teacher as of Carmen District together with Ditchie D. Saramusi, which is they discuss about the topic Pabula, which is entitled Ang Pagho at ang Langgam. Hmm. Mas maganda kung ang langgam at ang kipaklong. So they discuss about that. That really inspired us, right? And our second simulator was our kindergarten teacher was Roni Arcina, together with the acting student Ma'am Annie Hilario and Ma'am Dichis Ramusi. They discuss about letter names and sounds. Junior high school. Our first simulator was Mom Elise Gira and Crystal Reyes. They discuss science subject about cell. Me also. I'm also a science teacher and I love discussing sound systems. Our second summarization is in Araling Palipunan. They discuss about Geograpia by Mom Bernadette Monsanto, Mom Scarlett, and Mom Demi. Baka pwede yung si Rizal. And followed by our senior high school, our first assignment letter was Dr. Emmanuel P. Also together with Ma'am Mary Ann A. Grancho, they discussed the quantitative research about mathematics performance of the student. Pwede na siguro sila mag-master teacher. But it's okay. Our second simulator was Mavis Hapun, together with her acting student, Dr. Dominic Dizon, both from New Korea National High School, that they discuss about the community engagement, solidarity, and citizenship. And that's for all. Thank you so much for listening, everyone, and hope that this Echo on Learning Management System helped to us to improve our teaching skills in this new normal situation. God bless everyone. Basta Talaingod, Howard. Bye.
Thank you so much, Sir Edmond Palmas, for that very comprehensive recapitulation. So, greetings muna tayo. So, greetings coming from Ma'am Jenek Romo. Good afternoon, everyone. Also, greetings coming from Sir Jeric Bray Lascunia. Good afternoon. From Ma'am Rotel Mantiquilla, good afternoon from Palma Hill Integrated School, Kudos TWG and Talaingod teachers. Greetings coming from Ma'am Lilibet Rindon, watching here from Kilometer 31, maayong hapon sa tanan. Also, greetings from Ma'am Lorna Humaran. Good afternoon, everyone. Still watching. Good afternoon, Ma'am Lorna. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Lily May Remorin. Good afternoon, everyone watching from Daguhoy National High School. Pa-shout out sa ako mga kauban, labi na sa mga school head, nga si Ma'am Christine Paulican Laban, Daguhoy. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Maricel Daling. Good afternoon, everyone. Still watching from Misulong Integrated School. Kuyog sa akong mga kaubanan nga magtutudlo og sa among makugihong principal, Sir Bren Chrisman Kulitang. Okay, greetings coming from Sir Junrel Laab, Prince Junrel Laab. Okay, good afternoon, Hurot. Day 4 still kicking. And also, greetings coming from Ma'am Adelame Anyuvel Kalisagan. Good afternoon, everyone. Still watching from the Guhoy Elementary School. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Queenie Eder. Good afternoon, watching from Misulong Integrated School. And from Ma'am Juvic Saging, good afternoon everyone. Nakatunga na ta sa day 4. Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Also, greetings coming from Maria Erica Galvez. Good afternoon, everyone from Napunong Elementary School. Okay, tomorrow to give the recapitulation, we have here the Dato Jose A. Libayo Memorial National High School. Again, to give the recapitulation for tomorrow, we have the Dato Jose A. Libayo Memorial National High School. Okay, kanina we witnessed about the return demo of different grade level from kindergarten up to junior high school. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome the senior high school representative, and may I request on screen Sir Ave Ramos.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Sir Abe. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Kumusta, sir?
Okay lang.
Nakaw na, sir. Kumapaniod to.
Yes, sir. Tapos na.
Okay, murag very malipayon kay ako ang friend ba.
Well,
Ready na.
actually, sir, ano lang, happy it's because we already done preparing for the regional simulation this day, and hopefully it would be successful. It's because today would be the regional from the region office and from the division office will visit the school for the simulation for the new normal.
Okay, baka mayroon kang gustong batiin, sir, bago tayo magsimula sa ating mga katanungan.
Okay, so by the way, I would like to say hi to my school head, my principal, Ma'am Arlene P. Morillo, to our district supervisor, Sir Kubar, and to all teachers of Santo Niño National High School and all also the teachers of Talaingod District. So, basta Talaingod, hawod.
Sir. I have here a question, sir. So, una, sir,
Yes,
is
sir.
kumusta ang naging paghahanda ng iyong klase gamit ang LMS? Again, kumusta ang naging paghahanda ng iyong klase gamit ang LMS?
Okay, so the first thing that we do in preparing for the LMS, actually, it's we have this. Don't actually we don't have an idea on how to use the LMS, but since we already given the opportunity to use the LMS, we already explored on how to use how to manipulate those different things what it's on the LMS. So the second thing is we decided on what particular topic na i-discuss namin for the presentation. And the third one is we already made the lesson exemplar for us to have the detail or the step-by-step process on how to present all the lessons para magiging ano siya, sir, for them to get the idea on, yes, sir, to get the idea on how this particular subject it's already been discussed. And the fourth one is, medyo there is a problem on the internet connection. It's because on the side of my learner, Ma'am Donna Maynukas, she has this actually a problem with the internet connection, and I have also a problem of the internet connection because as we all know in Talaingod we don't have a strong internet connection, but laban lang gihapon.
Kaya laban lang jud kanunay, sir. I wonder,
Laban lang jud gihapon.
paano po makakatulong ang LMS sa pagtuturo, especially sa senior high school?
Actually, sir, it's beneficial for the senior high school, especially for this new normal. It's because since we don't have the face to face, and basically it helps us teachers to really let the student understand the lesson. It's because if we go directly with the modular or the modality, which is the modular, it's very hard for the students to really understand the lesson. So, kasi there are different subjects in the senior high school, specifically the specialized subject, like for example on the cookery. For us in our school, in National High School, we offer three different strands, which is gas, TVL, cookery, and ABM. So especially for the TVL, cookery, and ABM, they have this hard time, or maybe they ano sila, sir, they could not understand the lesson easily, it's because there would be no hands-on experience on the side of the students. So it really helps to have this LMS. It's because through this, it will also let the students identify or particularly understand the lesson very easily without particularly on the face-to-face class.
Okay, sir. So para sa inyo po, higit ba na nakakatulong ang paggamit ng LMS sa ating mga guro?
Of course, yes. Yes, actually it's ano lang, it's just only a simple tip for the teachers. I know that it's very hard to use the LMS for the first timer. Even I am a first timer in using the LMS, but if really have this eagerness to use the LMS and we already explore the LMS properly, or we know already the step by step process on the LMS, it's very easy for us. Ano na siya, parang madali na lang siyang gagamitin, sir, by the sense of, in the sense of, para na lang siyang you are just um looking into the different windows, or on the with different pages on the different internet. Yun na lang, sir, kasi mas madali na lang man, kasi mas madali, or it's very easy for us to find the different lesson for the using at the internet, kasi we have the Google, and we have this Zoom, we have the Google Meet, or we have the StreamYard. So it's easy for us to really get those lessons, and we can really easily get all those different references when we use the internet.
Okay, very well said, my friend, Sir Abe Ramos. Okay, handa ka na ba, Sir Abe?
Uh, I ano lang, I'm just sorry for the ano lang, sa teachers, especially for the teacher for the for the Talaingod district. It's because we have this once we since we already been recorded this video, and we have this internet problem, so I hope na you like magugustuhan nyo, hopefully.
Okay, sure na sure kami, sir, na sure ako na magugustuhan talaga ng mga taga-Talaingod or Talaingod teachers yung presentasyon niyo. Okay, without further ado,
Thank you.
let us all welcome on screen the pride of Santo Niño National High School, Sir Abe Ramos, together with his partner, Ma'am Donna Fe Maynucas. Okay, while preparing, greetings muna tayo. Greetings coming from Sir Edmond Palmes. Good afternoon, everyone still watching from Cuyas Elementary School. Also, greetings coming from Sir Arnel Dungo. Good afternoon sa tanan. ALS. Okay, also greetings coming from Ma'am Marge Langan. Good afternoon, Horot, watching from Banaog Elementary School. Hi, hello sa tanang mga hinay ug signal. Laban ito kanunay Ma'am March. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Ravi Jane Marisa. Good afternoon po sa lahat. And from Ma'am Gretchen Madelo, good afternoon po. And from Ma'am Mitch Suarez, good afternoon, fellow teachers. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Girly Idulay Mayo. Maayong hapon sa tanan. Maayong hapon, Ma'am Girly. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Janet Lopez. Good afternoon, everyone. Still watching here from Eton Integrated School. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Joy Panis. Good afternoon po. Good afternoon, Ma'am Joy. From Ma'am Sheila May Pancho, good afternoon, everyone, teachers. Also, greetings coming from Sir Joash Jimentiza. Good afternoon po sa lahat ng mga guro ng Talaingod District. Kudos po sa TWG. Of course, greetings coming from Sir Cherwin Guliban. Good afternoon po sa lahat ng mga guro, especially sa Paitan Integrated School. Okay? At binabati din ni Sir Guliban ang kanyang wife na si Ma'am Rangel. Hello, Ma'am Ringel. Good afternoon. Okay. Greetings coming from Ma'am Maria Erica Gia Galvez. Good afternoon, everyone from Taonong Elementary School. Also, pa-shout out ko po, please, kay Ma'am Bem Sinagula, sir, kay Mudool siya, mawala among signal, hihiba. Laban sa nag-yun. Okay, greetings coming from Ma'am Rosel Cano. Good afternoon sa lahat and God bless. Paalala lamang po na sa hapong ito meron tayong another attendance link na ipa-flash sa ating screen. Okay, pag na-flash na sa ating screen, huwag kalimutang i-picturean or i-screenshot para hindi nyo makalimutan, and anytime we will announce if our attendance link is already available. Greetings coming from TWG. Good afternoon sa lahat po ng teachers ng Talaingod District, especially to our public schools, supervisor, and also good afternoon din kay Ma'am Erlyn Maldong. Okay. From Ma'am Eileen Mangarin, good afternoon sa tanan, still watching from Isulong Integrated School. God bless. Okay, greetings coming from Sir Justiniano Cobar. Good luck to Sir Ramos. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Sir Justiniano Cobar. Also from Rosel Bicano, good afternoon sa lahat and God bless. Pa-shoutout po kay pa-shoutout ko please kay Ma'am Bem Sinagula, sir, kung muduol siya mawala among signal. Hindi laban jam hapit na gyud. Hapit na jud mahuman kay fourth day na ni. So last day na tomorrow. Okay, again, greetings coming from Sir Justiniano Cubar. Good luck to Sir Ramos. Good afternoon, everyone. So while waiting to the presentation of Sir Ramos, so greetings muna tayo. At reminders din pala sa hindi pa nakapag-post ng kailang picture regarding this seminar. So mag-post na po kayo. At huwag kalimutang gamitin ang ating official hashtag, hashtag ATOTLMS and hashtag Basta Talaingod Hawod. Again, huwag kalimutang gamitin ang ating official hashtag na hashtag DTOTLNS and hashtag Basta Talaingod Hawod. Okay. Greetings coming from Mary Joy Tomlos. Good afternoon po. Watching from Butay Integrated School. Okay. So, hanap muna tayo ng mga greetings. So, hindi pa pala nakapagtanghalian ng lahat. You can eat your kanang lunch while watching and listening to our broadcast. Greetings coming from Ma'am Bem Tarimotcha. Good afternoon po sa lahat ng mga guro sa Talaingod District. Good afternoon, Ma'am Bem Tarimotcha. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Joyna Onana. Good afternoon sa tanan. Okay, so pasensya po dahil meron po tayong technical problem na naranasan ngayong hapon na ito. Okay, greetings coming from Ma'am Glorife Horano Malinaw Lucero. Good afternoon po from Isolong Integrated School. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Leo, Sir Leo Ligaspi, sorry. God bless Talaingod teachers. Also from Ma'am Mary Ann Pacania, good afternoon po. Good afternoon, Ma'am Mary Ann. Also from Ma'am Kibwen, good afternoon, everyone. Greetings from Nasilaban Integrated School. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am April Lynn Amolong. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ma'am Aprilin. Of course, greetings coming from Ma'am Vivian Fiel Recimiento. Good afternoon, everyone. Still watching from Napisulan Elementary School. To kudos to all participants. May God bless us always. And before we proceed, because we are still experiencing technical problem at inayos pa ng ating mga TWG is, gusto ko lang din sabihin and i-remind ng ating magbibigay ng critic ngayong hapong ito ay walang iba kundi ang school head ng Daguhoy National High School na si Ma'am Christine Paulican. Again, ang magbibigay ng critic para sa presentasyon ng senior high school ay walang iba kundi ang school head ng Daguhoy National High School, Ma'am Christine Paulican. Okay? Greetings coming from Ma'am Teresa Siniagan. Magandang tanghali sa ating lahat. Sa lahat ng high school and elementary teachers, to all principals and school heads, especially to Sir John Carlo M. Pacana, our school head of Dato Jose A. Libayo Memorial National High School. Kaya reminders din po sa lahat ng mga taga Dato Jose Libayo Memorial National High School is kayo po ang magbibigay ng recapitulation bukas. Again, paalala lamang po sa lahat ng mga taga Dato Jose Libayo Memorial National High School na kayo po ang magbibigay ng recapitulation bukas. Okay, greetings coming from Ma'am Leslie V. Terante Cantaliejo Tumayaw. Good afternoon everyone from Central Baugan Primary School, still watching. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Julian Cortez. Good afternoon to Ma'am Julian. Also, greetings coming from Sir Reynaldo Dapidran ng Daguhoy National High School. Good afternoon sa lahat ng mga teachers, especially sa Daguhoy National High School teachers. Greetings coming from Ma'am Lily May Remorin. Good afternoon. Kudos to all TWG. And of course, greetings coming from Ma'am Ruby May Sinagula, magandang hapon sa lahat ng mga kaguruan ng Talaingod District. Okay, and also greetings coming from Sir Alfonso Santiala. Good afternoon. Okay, again, sa hindi pa nakapag-post ng kanilang picture regarding on our webinar from first day until now, you can post your picture and do not forget to include our official hashtag, hashtag DTOTLM, echoed on DTOTLMS, and hashtag Basta Talaingod Hawod. Again, hashtag echo on DTOTLMS and hashtag Basta Talaingod Hawod. And of course, sa hindi pa nakapag-subscribe ng ating YouTube channel, ay huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-like at mag-like ng mga videos natin. At of course, don't forget to click the notification bell para ma-notify kayo kung meron tayong bagong video. Again, sa mga hindi pa nakapag-subscribe ng ating YouTube channel, Talaingod District at Talaingod District, ay huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe at mag-like na rin. Of course, pwede din kayo mag-comment. At huwag kalimutang i-click ang notification bell para ma-notify kayo kung meron tayong mga video. And of course, also, kung meron kayong mga katanungan ay huwag kalimutan or huwag mahiyang mag-comment mag-comment sa ating comment section dahil anytime or sa ating district webinar, we will entertain your question together with the selected school heads and our PSDS, Sir Justiniano Cobar. At this point, let's proceed to our return demo. Again, let us all welcome on screen the pride of Santo Niño's National High School. We have Sir Ave Ramos and Ma'am Dona Fe Maynucas.
Student,
Good morning, sir.
so how are you today?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay, great job that you are fine. Now, are you ready for our lesson?
Ready na.
Okay, so since that you are ready, now I want you to click with every end has a new beginning. Okay, so since we already done with our previous lesson, so before we go with our new lesson, so to spice up the start of our lesson, let's have a brain game first. By spotting the difference, as you click the correct picture, there will be pop-up questions that needs to be answered before you can proceed to the next activity.
Okay, I have seen two pictures, sir.
Okay, very good.
We'll just click. Oops, I didn't locate any hotspot. So I will click another one. So I found diamond, sir.
Okay, so what's the
Aiming
question?
at least three mineral deposits found in our country. So in the Philippines, we are rich in mineral deposits like copper, gold, and chrome deposits, sir.
Okay, so those are some of the example of the mineral deposits that we found in our country. Very good. Now, can you find another one?
Okay. So we have, oops, I didn't locate any hotspot. So I found mushrooms, sir.
Okay, very good.
Okay, give at least two mining corporations here in the Philippines. So we have a lot of mining corporations. And in Mindanao, we can find the Apex Mining and the Mendoza Mining, sir.
Okay, so those are some examples of our mining corporation that we can found on the Philippines. Great job. Now, can you find the next one?
Okay, so parrot, sir.
Okay, very good.
Okay, examples of renewable or non-renewable energy. So if we talk about renewable energy, so what are the resources that naturally replenish? Examples are solar, the wind, the hydro or the water, biomass, and geothermal. And then we have also the non-renewable energy. So those resources that are limited in supplies. Examples are coal, nuclear oil, and natural gas, sir.
Okay, so those are some examples of renewable and non-renewable energy that we could found on Earth. Very good. So since you already understand our previous lesson, so let's move on to our next activity. So it's four pics, one word. So we have here pictures, and you will guess the word that corresponds to the picture given. So below the link, you have to type your answer and there are hints given for you to answer easily.
Okay, so this is the first picture, and then the second picture, and then we have the third picture.
Okay, very good. Okay, now can you give me the three correct answer of four pics, one word?
Sir, and then finish attempt.
Okay.
So each corresponding number, sir, mark as 5 points.
Okay. Now, may I know your final score?
Mm, okay. Submit and finish. And out of 10, sir.
Okay, very good. So you get the perfect score.
That is my grade. My
Okay.
marks is 15 out of 15.
Okay, so you get 100%. Very good.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Now let's move on to our lesson. Now I have a question. How do we look like if we don't have skin?
Sir, we look like skeleton if we don't have skin.
Okay, so now have you ever imagined yourself skinless?
No, sir.
Okay, now what do you think is the role of your skin?
The skin protects our internal organs, sir.
Very good. Now try to imagine also the Earth without an atmosphere. What do you think will happen to the planet Earth?
I think, sir, no one can survive
Okay,
because of the intense heat.
very good. So no one could survive because of the intense heat. So just like of our skin, so we cannot survive also if we don't have skin. Great job. Now let's move to our next activity. Okay, in that activity, you will see the spin of wheel. Inside the wheel are the different picture with a corresponding task on it. So whichever the pointer sets, that's the task needs to be done.
Okay, I will spin the wheel, sir.
Okay.
Winner is Abby.
Okay, so it's Ali. Okay, very good. So Ali represents the sun. Okay, now can you move to the next one? Can you can you now click the next link?
Okay, sir. The sun.
Okay, that's
Okay.
the sun. Now I will give you. Okay, so you will be given 5 to 7 minutes and 3 to 5 minutes for your presentation. After which you will present the output. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so time starts now.
I am dancer.
Okay, very good. Now so can you now present your output?
Okay, this is my answer in the sun. So the instruction is by using the pie graph, answer the guide questions and discuss gas composition of the Earth's atmosphere.
Very
So the
good.
guide question number one is how much of the gases are present in our atmosphere? Okay, my answer, sir, is by volume, dry air contains 78%, oxygen is 21%, water vapor is 4%, argon is 0.9%, trace gases is 0.3%, and carbon dioxide is 0.03%.
Very good.
Second, why do you think these gases are important to us? Of the listed gases, nitrogen, oxygen, water vapor, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and the ozone are extremely important to the health of the Earth's biosphere. Oxygen is exchanged between the atmosphere and the life through the process of photosynthesis and respiration. The third guide question is what are the two most abundant gases in the atmosphere? The two most abundant gases in the atmosphere are nitrogen and oxygen, sir. So that
Okay,
is my end of the presentation.
okay, very good. So now you already discussed the different gases that are presented or present in our atmosphere. So we have the two different or the most abundant gas that present on our atmosphere. So we have the nitrogen and the oxygen, right?
Oxygen. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now can you click now the next link? So in that presentation, we will be discussing about the different layers of the atmosphere and its characteristic. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so we will be talking about atmospheric layers.
Okay, atmospheric layer.
Okay, so if you can see on the
Layers.
picture, so we have here the layers of the atmosphere. So the altitude, or we already have also the sun and the earth. So we will be discussing about what are the different layers of the atmosphere. So next slide. So why do you think, or what is the atmosphere? Why is the atmosphere important?
Okay, the weather exists because of the atmosphere. It makes the Earth suitable for living things. The atmosphere is the layer of gas that surrounds the planet. The atmosphere traps energy from the sun and keeps the Earth's surface warm enough for water to exist as a liquid.
Okay.
And it protects the Earth from radiation and meteoroids.
Okay, so those are some, or those are the importance of the atmosphere, or the importance of the atmosphere. Very good. So weather exists because of the atmosphere, and that is on the first layer of the or that is the first layer of our atmosphere. And also, as what you have said earlier with your activity, so it also helps for the photosynthesis, for the plants, also for them to go with the process of the photosynthesis. Very good. Now let's proceed to the next slide. So what gases are found in the atmosphere?
So the gases found in the atmosphere are nitrogen, oxygen, water vapor, carbon dioxide, ozone, and other gases, sir.
Okay, very good. So again, in your previous discussion or in your previous presentation, you already said or you already presented the different percentage of those different gases that are present within our atmosphere, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, so why is the Earth divided into 4 or 5 layers?
It is because of the change in the air temperature, sir.
Okay, very good. So the Earth is divided into 5 layers because of the change in the air temperature. Very good. Now let's move to the next slide. So these are the different composition of the gases of our sphere. So it's all you already done presenting this with your activity, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now next slide. Okay, so these are the different layers of the atmosphere. Can you read that one?
Okay, so the first one is the troposphere, stratosphere, the mesosphere, the thermosphere, which is divided into two. We have the ionosphere and the exosphere.
Very good. So I will give you a mnemonics about the layers of the atmosphere to better remember it. So we have trouble, super, man, trick, Ellen. Right? Did you get it?
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
very good. Now, question. What are the common scenes we usually observe on each layers?
Okay, so I guess the troposphere, that is where the weather forms. The
Very
stratosphere, it is where the jet flies because the air is very stable. In the thermosphere, it is where the auroras are found. In the exosphere, it is the outermost layer and extends through the space. And the last one is the mesosphere. It is where the meteors and the other rock fragments burn up, sir.
Okay, so which would be the last or the outermost layer? The meso or the exo?
Exosphere, sir.
Okay, very good. So the exosphere is the outermost layer. Very good. Now, what do you think is the basis for the division of our atmosphere?
I think that is due to the temperature variation, sir.
Very good. So due to the temperature variation, so that is the basis, or that would be the basis for the the layers of our atmosphere. Very good. So how does our atmosphere help and protect us?
The atmosphere helps us in many ways, like breathing comes naturally. We need oxygen to keep our bodies working. We have
Very
also
good.
the security blanket, which is the atmosphere also keeps us warm. And
Okay.
then the withering of the storm, closely related to the temperature regulation. The atmosphere also give us the weather, and
Okay.
then plant life. So the atmosphere is also very important for plants because it contains a small amount of carbon dioxide, sir.
Okay, very good. So those are the different things that our atmosphere could also help and protect us. So, like for example, what you have said, it is for the plant life. So, it is for the process of the photosynthesis. And also, it is the security blanket because the atmosphere also keeps us warm. Very good. Nice idea. Now, imagine our planet without the atmosphere. What do you think will happen and how can we be able to survive?
Life might not be possible on Earth, sir, because temperature will not be regulated.
Okay, very good. So life might not be possible on Earth because of the temperature will not be regulated. Very good. Nice idea. Now that we've learned the importance of our atmosphere as students or as student, how can you help protect our atmosphere?
Okay, as students, sir, we must conserve energy and lessen the use of harmful chemicals. We must also plant trees. Can be a good shepherd to our natural resources, sir.
Okay, great. Now, so those are some of the things that we could also help our not our environment, or particularly in being the shepherd of our natural resources. Very good. So we need also to plant trees for us also to be, or for it would be our help for our environment. Okay, very good. Now, let's I will show you a video. Okay, can you click the link for that video?
Yes, sir.
Right now, we're facing a man-made disaster, global scale, the greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon. The world's people have spoken. Their message is clear. Time is running out. The amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere now is 50% higher than it was in 1900. And not only are we piling in more and more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, but we're chopping down the forests of the earth at a great rate. And the forests themselves are the most efficient consumers of carbon dioxide that there are on Earth. We're going to destroy the ground because the soil of around very with the climate of the earth and with the very atmosphere that we breathe. When we talk about the disappearance of the ozone layer, we don't know what will happen when the ozone layer goes. The world has become so fragile that we cannot subject the earth to the tortures inflicted upon it. When we talk about the greenhouse effect, we're talking about something that affects the entire earth. And these problems are life and death problems, go to the root of the viability of the planet itself. If there's one thing that is biologically certain about the human species is that it is a human species, one species. If we don't stop the destruction of our natural world, simply put, if we don't protect nature, we can't protect ourselves. The only way we can solve a problem is by a human solution. Never can we sit back and wait for miracles to save us. Miracles don't happen. Sweat happens. Efforts happens. Thought happens.
Okay. So that would be the end of our video. So in that video, it talks about climate change. So it is said that if we could not protect our nature, then we cannot protect ourselves also. Now, what can you say on the video presented?
Talks about climate change, sir, and harmful it is to the people on Earth.
Okay, very good. So climate change actually could also be harmful, not for environment, also for the human. Great job. So since that you already done with our did since you're already done and you already understand with our lesson, let's move on with our assessment or evaluation. Now, can you give me a thumbs up if you already understand our So you are directed to, on that particular link, you will be directed to a website for you to answer your evaluation, for you to answer your questions. Okay. Okay.
100%, sir.
Okay, very good. So you get 100% or a perfect score. Great job. So you really understand our lesson. So let's move on to your assignment.
Assignment.
Okay. For your assignment, can you read your assignment?
Okay, assignment. Write a letter to yourself. Describe our planet today and the effects of global warming in your daily life. Write your desire to make a difference.
Okay, so that would be your assignment. So since we're already done with our lesson, and I hope you have learned something today. Did you?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I have
very
learned a
good.
lot.
So we'll see each other for our next session. Okay, very good. So we'll see each other for our next session.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Sir Ave Ramos. And before we proceed, I would like to announce that our attendance link is now open. Again, our attendance link is now officially open. Okay, let's move on. Okay, since we're done about the presentation of the return demo of Sir Ave, May I request on screen Sir Ave Ramos. And of course, to present the presentation of Sir Ave Ramos, may I request also the school head of the Guhoy National High School, Christine Paulican. And of course, our PSDS, Sir Justiniano Cobar. Okay, while waiting, greetings coming from Ma'am Adelami Aniver Kalisagan. Hi, Sir Daniel Guapa, the pride of the Guhoy High School. Congratulations for the job well done. Thank you so much, Ma'am Adelami. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Everon Hanil Pacania. Good afternoon, Talaingod teachers. Go, 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 Sir Ave. Go, 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 ma'am. We have also greetings coming from Sir Jeric Bray Lasconia Kahawod, Sir Ave, and Ma'am Donna Fe. Congratulations, Sir Ave. Also, greetings coming from Sir Alfredo David. Good afternoon sa tanan. And Sir Bren Ugay Kulita. Thank you, Miss Long teachers, for continue watching. Again, let us all welcome on screen the Daguhoy National High School School Head, Ma'am Christine Paulican.
Hi, good afternoon. Hi,
Okay,
congratulations, Sir Ave.
Thank you,
hello
ma'am.
and good afternoon.
Hi, Sir Daniel. Good afternoon. Good
Okay, ma'am,
afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Sir Kubar.
any comment, ma'am, to the
Hello,
presentation of
sir.
Sir Ramos?
Wala man ko'y ma-comment, no? Kay pinahawod man jud kay na sila. Actually, congratulations once again, Sir Ave and Ma'am Donna. So, nakita naman nato ni during division, no, na demonstration. So, congratulations. Very, very light, informative. So, katong mga na ano nato na mga technical difficulties, do mga signal-signal nga hinay, okay raman na siya. Sa ato lang, for the senior high school, kuan kaayo no, daghan kaayog na ay ano lang nako Sir Dane yung kagahapon ha, wala magud ko nakatiwas adto kay wala nakatingog no, nawala ang signal. Makaingon gyud ta no nga medyo ideal kaayo ang ato ang ano no, kanang ingon ani nga klase nga modality no, kanang moana day sila mag-unsa naman lang mi ma'am, unsa may among buhaton, wala may cellphone, wala may signal, wala may kuan, mag-unsa man pud mi sa senior high school. So sige lang basig na ay mga pangutana ani unya base sa mga ingon ani, unya na lang. So sa gihimo nila Sir Ave o Ma'am Donna kaganina, ah very simple, no, dali ra kaayo siya hinumduman. Galing po kaayo si Ma'am Donna, oy, galing po kaayo magtubag ang estudyante. Kuan siguro to ba kanang cum laude, valedictorian bitaw. So, unsa pa may mga ano, walay mga questions, sir? Sir Dane? Wala.
Yes, Ma'am Tien.
Oh, wala na ko'y
Ma'am,
ma-comment sa ilaha, sir. Wala na ko'y maano sa ilahang Sir Ave na demonstrate sa simulation. Wala na ko'y istorya adto kay nice naman to ilahang ano. Sige, sa mga questions na lang siguro tayo mag-focus, Sir Dane.
so far, ma'am, wala pa pong question, ma'am. We will just, ano, ma'am,
So,
we will just call you, ma'am, kung nana po yung questions. I'm sorry. Sa
okay. So, katulang kagahapon about unsay pamaagi, for example, sa work immersion man siguro to, sir, no? O
Yes,
unsay
ma'am.
pamaagi, example na sa mga bata nga mag-immersion, unsaon naman lang nga wala may face to face, especially sa senior high school kay senior high school naman ni atong hisgutan no nga lisod gyud kaayo no kung unsaon unsay pamaagi nato ani. Wala man gyud direkta nga DepEd order, di ba last time nag-meeting na ta ani about senior high school kung unsay mga pamaagi no na nay mga gisuggest didto kung unsay mga pamaagi like nigon pa ganito nga for example sa mga BPP nga mga estudyante pwede nato nga sa balay lang sila kung magluto, i-video, then isend sa teacher. So ingon anaon, unya katupod ang mag-OJT asa naman sila moadto nga dili man pwede karon nga mag-OJT. Lucky sa amoa nga wala mi TVL pero ang Santo Niño National I know Ma'am Arlene Morillo is very innovative. Ano bang tawag doon? Madiskarte masyado kung anong dapat gawin sa mga TVL. Also with that Daguhoy National Dato Jose Libayaw Memorial National High School. So nana na sila yung mga pamaagi sa ato pa sa amo amang god sa Daguhoy National ang amo is gas or academic man so pwede kaming doon kami sa research or naapod mi elective na BPP pwede lang din sila sa bahay lang so yun hindi masyadong mahirap ang kanilang immersion so again no wala man gyud tay face to face ginabawal gyud siya wala man gyud tay face to face mahitabo hangtod nga walay vaccine para sa COVID-19 hopefully basin di ay ug magrasyahan ta makaluy-an by January pwede na ta mag face to face basta na siya tambal either whether that is a vaccine or a capsule or unsa man na nga klase nga tambal sa kani nga virus. So kana lang wala pa may mga pangutana. Again ha, congratulations Sir Ave and Ma'am Donna. And also I am very proud also of Sir Daniel from Daguhoy National High School. Congratulations the TWG of the Talaingod District basta Talaingod Hawod. Congratulations basin pa og wala nagtarong ato ang kuryente, ato ang signal pero laban lang gihapon. So congratulations and thank you sa inyong effort everyone.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Christine Paulican, the school head of the Guhoy National High School, as well as the pride of Santo Niño National High School. We have Sir Ave Ramos and Ma'am Donna Maynucas. Thank you for the, sir, for the very nice presentation. And Ma'am Tin, thank you also for giving us enough time, Ma'am, for giving us critic, Ma'am. Thank you so much. And moving on.
Hawad kayo si Sir Ave.
Thank Thank you, ma'am. Anyway, thank you so much, Sir Daniel, for appreciating our work. And to Ma'am Christine Paulican, the school head of the Guhoy National High School, thank you so much, ma'am. And actually, I would, sir, okay lang mag-greet?
Sir, okay na, sir.
I would just like to greet our SDS, Dr. D. Silva, and Dr. Edward Abugis, and the region DepEd region office personnel and also our PSDS Sir Kubar who just visited our school this time for the simulation for the new normal. As we always said, that Talaingod is ready to beat new normal challenges.
And we would like also to acknowledge, we have here Ma'am Sarah Kubar to give the critic for the presentation of Sir Ave. Ma'am, good afternoon, ma'am. Hello, Ma'am Sarah.
People. Okay, I would like to say congratulations to Ave Ramos, no? Congratulations for a very informative learning experience that you delivered when you deliver Earth Science subject with the atmosphere as the focus of your discussion. And I am also very much happy that you were able to merge different platforms in the delivery of your learning material or delivery of the lesson. You successfully and knowingly delivered meticulously using LMS, the Learning Management System. Nakitang-kita gid namo na you were able to do it, and you even coupled it with the use of your PowerPoint and some videos That's really amazing for a teacher to be able to do that on the delivery of learning. And looking into the different comments in the comment section, I know the participants, the teachers, really admired you much, Sir Ave, no? Because evident kayo sila mga comment na na-enjoy sila sa simulation that you delivered, no? So definitely, the district office of Talaingod would be very, very, very proud of you, no? Na one of the teachers of Talaingod district was able to deliver this learning experience, and not only for you but definitely for all the teachers of Talaingod district to learn from you. So happy kayo sa Abby na we really wala na po you really meticulously use the learning management system. So kaya de kayo siya, no? And the successful delivery of learning uh, to our learners, no? Maski sa hinterland, kaya ho nato ni kaya nato ni siya kayo. Okay, the most important factor is the familiarization, no? The familiarization of the different areas of the learning management system. Ma-familiarize sa atong mga bata, we will be able to deliver it much because ang mga different features ma-familiarize naman sa atong bata. So definitely we can really say the use of the learning management system will become successful in the long run, no? And even in the hinterland schools of Talaingod, or the hinterland district of Talaingod district. So definitely there that would be one of the success stories of the use of the learning management system. Okay. So for that, Sir Abby, I would say congratulations, job well done. Together with your learner, Ma'am Donna Fee Mainokas, if I am not mistaken, tama ba yung pagkaano ko? Ma'am Donna Fee Mainokas. The concern lang with the concern lang with the delivery and this delivery mode in senior high school is that there are lots of laboratories, no? Experimentations and laboratories when delivering senior high school learning, no? Yeah, kita nato naka-virtual. So, how are we going to deliver? From time to time, we will learn from that. Dali lang kayo na siya. We will learn from that. With the use of the LMS, we will be able to do that. Dali lang kayo na siya. As what Sir Bayani Iskuton has been telling us during our session, no, sa Kapalong West na side, unless the teacher is not willing to explore, mo na siya mahimong problema. But if the teacher is willing to explore, then definitely everything would be easy. Dili nato na mahimo nga problema. The fact is, what will be inside the modules, what will be inside the LMS, and even what will be inside in the radio, television, broadcast modality, pari-pariho na siya tanan. Pari-pariho tanan ang learning competency nga atong i-deliver on these different kinds of modalities. So the only thing is the acceptance and the performance and the willingness of the teacher to deliver. But nakita na muna kay Sir Abby, he is very much willing to learn. He is very much willing to adjust and adapt these new normal changes that we are in bilang pag naapatay pandemic. So again, for Talaingod District, thumbs up from me for all of you. The school, most especially sa akong pinakagwapo na bana nga mo inyong PSDS in Talaingod. Again, congratulations everyone. Salamat din. Salamat for allowing me to be part of you. Mao pag yung pag-abot ni Sir Justiniano, na siya, no? Nakaabot na siya, bago lang. While nakalingkod na ko din, nag-abot na siya. And di ko na ko pwede na ihatag sa iya ang opportunity diretso na siya na ang magano kay wala man niya nakita no wala siya naka-view sa process. So I really have to sit still with you and to extend my assistance in terms of this critiquing in the senior high school for your district. Again, once again, good afternoon and salamat.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Sara Cubar, the Public Schools District Supervisor of Capalong West District, and also the pride of Santo Niño National High School, Sir Ave Ramos. Sir, thank you so much and congratulations. And greetings coming from Ma'am Aimee Bores. Good afternoon, Talaingod District. Still watching from Dato Jose Libayaw Memorial National High School. Basta Talaingod, Hawod. Another greetings coming from Ma'am Ana May Villanueva. Good afternoon to all. Shout out to my co-teachers at co-teacher Jenny Lee Romo, who is watching with me right now from Natulinan Extension, Basta Talaingod, Hawod. And also greetings coming from Ma'am Janet Anahaw Bringer. Good afternoon, teachers. Hi, Banaog Elementary School. Also from Ma'am I Sir Bren Ugay Kulita. Thank you, Miss Long teachers, for continue watching. And of course, greetings coming from Ma'am Ana May Villanueva. Okay, good afternoon to all. Shout out to my co-teacher Jenny Lee Romo, who is watching right with me right now from Natulinan Extension, Basa Talaingod, Hawod. Also from Ma'am Helen Faunilian Feliscuzo, welcome Sir Bren Ugay Kulita. Also from Ma'am Sally Epifanio, good afternoon to all. From Ma'am Jenny Rose Navarro, good afternoon everyone from Nasilaban Integrated School. Also, we have here greetings coming from Sir Raul Bacus. Good afternoon po sa lahat. From Ma'am Rosel Cano, hello everyone. Greet lang nako akong friend from Isulong Integrated School. Advance, happy birthday gang para ugma, love, love. Also, greetings coming from Sir Jeric Bray Lascunia, Kahawod, Sir Ave, and Ma'am Donna Fe. And of course, greetings coming from Ma'am Joanne Sardoncillo, still watching here from Carmen. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Elima. Ahoy, their fellow educators still watching from Isulong Integrated School, headed by our dearest principal, Sir Chrisman Kulita. Salute to all Talaingod teachers. Godspeed and keep safe everyone. Also, greetings coming from Mary Ann Kabahar. Good PM po. Good PM po, watching Bisanaa sa hospital. Okay. Thank you for watching, ma'am. And from Ma'am Teresa Siniagan, good afternoon, Ma'am Christine. From Ma'am Marisa Rabi, congratulations, Sir Ave and Ma'am Donna, for a job well done. LMS with hearts and good modulations. Proud of you. Also, greetings coming from Ma'am Rosel Cano. Hello everyone, greet na ko akong friend from Isulong IS. Advance happy birthday gang para ugma. Love, love. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of our virtual event. At this moment, we have with us this afternoon through video clip presentation to further give inputs and to enlighten us somehow about parenting and of course this dilemma that we are facing, which is COVID-19, as well as the psychological first aid orientation. Let us all welcome on screen the Regional 11 CLMD Chief, Ma'am Janet Viloso.
Today we are going to, I want you to journey with me about the role of the parents in the new normal. Actually, this is form part of our fifth day matrix of activities. We would want you to see the package or the e-training package for the parents. This is tailored fit to our Davao region context. At the same time, this is applicable to all of our different divisions, particularly our 11 schools division offices. And we can do a lot of probably contextualization as you reach to your respective divisions, and also improve some of the contents or the parts of the e-training package. Okay, I will just make it fast because consequently we are going to have the psychosocial or the mental wellness and psychosocial or psychological first aid activities with the Education Support Services Division. So my task is to share with you on this. Kindly show my slides, Sir Josh. Ayan, okay. Okay, so this is what we call parents inspiring and managing learning at home. So as we all know, for now, we don't have the face-to-face um, interaction or learning session. So everything is will be done in a remote modality. So our parents are vital and important as they perform their role to inspire and manage learning at home. So my presentation outline is about the Sulong Educalidad framework, the regional initiative based on learning continuity plan, mechanism in the distribution and retrieval of self-learning modules, because we should inform our parents on how these things are can be done, and then calendar of activities or probably the calendar for school year 2020-21, of which we contextualize it according to our teaching learning activities, and then video files for physical fitness test and video files for mental wellness and psychosocial support or psychological first aid activities, and some concerns about local IATF protocols and safety measures. So parang isang package talaga na buo para sa ating mga parents. However, this will not limit the schools division offices to add some of the concerns that you are going to put in our training kit for the parents. Okay, next, we move to the Sulong Educalidad framework. So I will not dwell on this because this is where we anchored on our Sulong Educalidad. In the end, that we dream of Filipinos who passionately love their country and whose values and competences enable them to realize their full potential and contribute meaningfully to building the nation. So this is the thing, ito ang heart talaga ng ating pagsasamahan sa DepEd. Next to that, our mission. So regarding our mission, next slide, Josh. So these are articulated and directed if how we would want our students, our teachers, our administrators and staff, our family, community, and other stakeholders are going to engage, and how what would we want for this particular key players in the school community. Next to that, our core values. Our core values, maka-Diyos, maka-tao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. Kasi dapat ipaalam din natin sa ating mga parents yan. Although many are aware of it, but to the rest, probably this is gonna be a new thing or something that would serve as their inspiration. Next. So, ipapaalam din natin about the most essential learning competencies. Why? Because these are the main meat of our teaching and learning delivery. So, we need to inform them about the most essential learning competencies. And probably, next to that, would be the details as to the K-12 most essential learning competencies. We have done, or we have talked about that during our unpacking. Next slide, please. And also with this, kasi dapat ipaalam din natin sa kanila on how these things are, the competencies, the process of coming up with the most essential learning competencies. Next to that, the emphasis of endurance. Ayan. We emphasize somehow when they embrace or when they appreciate about endurance, they would know that these are the things that our learners are must be able to master. Okay. Next to that, yes, the process of the coming up of the most essential learning competencies. Next. So ideally, ang maganda nito is paunti-unti po siya na i-share. Okay, hindi po siya agad-agad lahat. Okay, next. Yan, in-emphasize yan bakit ano yung retained, merged, replaced, and dropped. Kasi there are parents that have copies already probably of the curriculum guides or those that have already downloaded from our portal of our curriculum guides. And so they would know why some of the competencies are already not captured in our new most essential learning competencies. We have Q here, hindi ko na yan i-dwell, pero na may Q kami dyan na most essential learning competencies. Ibig sabihin, may sample po dyan, pag i-click yan. Okay, next. Yan. Dinidwell na natin ang different learning modalities and the roles of key players. So, ibibigay na natin ang mga, ano ba yung traditional face-to-face. And next to that, the distance learning modality. So parang dalawa lang talaga. It's the face-to-face and the distance learning. Kaya lang, the distance learning, as you can see, meron po siyang scale up na blended. Meaning, it's a combination of 2 or more modalities, whichever is applicable based on the local IATF parang severity or risk of COVID-19. Kasi hindi po tayo pwedeng na wala po itong basihan or desisyon natin, basihan sa ating local IATF. Okay, next. Regarding parenting in the new normal, alam niyo, kinapture namin ito, but this is more tailored fit to our present situation. This is based from the top 20 talaga na most essential din na parenting measures to be done. One is be a role model. So i-emphasize natin yan sa parents. Read together, of course. We'll need to have parents also who are readers. Next, oversee child's activity. No overscheduling, of course. We have nap also. We have time for household chores. Everything. Then provide pleasant atmosphere. So it's necessary for the parents to really ensure that our learners are in a situation that are very, very comfortable and conducive also for learning. Give constructive criticism kasi minsan ang mga parents masyadong between ganito kasi tayo ngayon sa new normal, between rigor and learning. So we should prefer more on learning. So kahit na paunti-unti, talagang matututo ang bata. Then reward them for results. Maintain parent-teacher relationship, of course. We would want that one. Then monitor the learning. Then devise fun ways to learn, of course. Meron din siyang parang something wide array of ways to make learning fun and memorable. Be a good friend. Ayan. So parang yan siya, swak na swak sa ating new normal. Okay, next. So in-emphasize namin sa ating learning situation ngayon, we should ensure that every learner is safe and protected. Anytime, anywhere. That's how we view as we capture it in our learning continuity plan. as integrating technology, academic community, and the household. Household meaning our community and our the families where our learners emanate. Okay, next we have from our LCP or Learning Continuity Plan, bibigay natin ang result of the survey. This was based on the survey of the region based, but you can contextualize this that you can have the survey of your division or probably the survey of your school. So that would somehow make it more contextualized. Next to that, we have the survey result kaya nandun mas ano kasi mas may dating pag ibigay talaga natin kung ano yung emerging options of our parents, and probably you can link that one as to the result of the learners enrollment survey 4. Okay, that's the latest. Okay, next to that. So in here we provide ample information as to if modular, what are the probable tools or gadgets or platform that we can reinforce learning. And as you can see on the third, we have the regional learning management system. We have the survey results also of the special education. As you all know, in the region, we come up with the survey of the learners with special needs. And so ito yung mga nasa SPED natin na program. So still majority opted for the modular. Okay, next. Ayan. Because of that, we have this learning management system and utilizing or with the features that it is user-friendly, may ease of integration, kasi pwede mo naman siya lagyan ng radio-based recorded episodes or even video episodes per lesson. So parang ano siya, hybrid. And then nandun din ang content management of which nandun na si Milk, nandun na rin ang mga lesson exemplars and the self-learning modules. And then blended learning feature, meaning blended, you can get from the as a repository of all the materials, you can get as well the materials appropriate for other learning or for other learning modality. And then assessment and testing, of course, you have journeyed yesterday and during your simulation that there were quizzes, there were formative assessments, there were product-based assessments. So all of this are captured in the learning management system. Pero babalik pa rin tayo doon. And then reporting and tracking, because you can just easily download as well the results of the quizzes and product-based assessment. And then tracking of the result of the learner's performance. So sa atin pong tinatawag natin na the learning management system, pwede nyo yung ma-download for our for more information, and kindly show the succeeding slides. Just i-show lang natin, but you can click this one for the parents. Pero dito ngayon hindi natin i-click. Yan po ang mga details ng ating learning management system. So name it, nandun na ang mga interactive videos. So nandyan rin ang enrollment system ng ALS at saka enrollment system ng tinatawag natin na school records management system that our region also had planned and had rolled out to the field. And then another regional initiative is for the ALS, of which this emanates actually with Island Garden City of Samal developer, and we recognize that one, and it is now scaled up for the whole region. And this is preparing ALS learning centers for the paperless enrollment. We have the prototype learning schedule. So yun pong binanggit ni Dr. Daog yan po. Prototype schedule yan, hindi na natin i-click yan. So makukuha din ng kasama yan sa kit. Next to that, would be the sample learning modules. Ayan, may mga sample learning modules na at saka sample lesson exemplars. Why we are showing this to the parents? Because they should know what are this and they should value why we are providing this to the learners and how they are going to as well manage the learning of our learners at home. Ayan, so hindi na natin yan i-click. Next to that would be our help desk. Ito magandang initiative talaga because our direction of the region is that we need to ensure that every learner is safe and protected at ganun din sa kanyang learning. Unang-una nasa help desk natin, academic specialist. The hotlines are there. So makikita natin ang hotlines from the regional level, tapos ibababa yan sa division, school level, at saka sa learning area experts. So there's no reason na mahihirapan ang mga bata kasi ito po ay gagawin nating open as hotlines to help our learners even at home and remotely. So parang lahat tayo bayanihan dito. So who will complete the hotlines? Of course, coming from the division, you decide on that. The school focal and probably the school head and then the learning area. Sa amin dito sa region, inilagay na namin dyan sa medical team, sa senior high school immersion kasi malaking bagay din yan na pag-uusapan. Then education service contracting, the TSS, the senior high school voucher program, and the joint delivery voucher program. So meron na kaming hotlines dyan na pwede nyong scale up na pagdating sa division, school level, at saka sa respective learning area. Okay, next to that, ayan, mechanism in the distribution and retrieval of self-learning modules. So ito po, meron tayong sample or suggested distribution and retrieval, but the division, the school can scale up, can modify, can revise. So once you modify and revise, that would be very helpful and beneficial to our community or our parents and also our learners. And next to that, we have the DepEd Order number 7, Series 2020. Ito na yung sinasabi namin na calendar of activities. So pag-click natin sa baba, nandiyan na rin ang tinatawag niya ng calendar of activities. Ayan. Okay? Next to that, i-run through ko lang kayo. Nandiyan na ang calendar mula Mayo. Sige, Jazz. Ipa-flash lang natin. Bakit pina-flash namin yan? Kasi vital na malaman ng mga parents yan. Nakalagay na anong mangyayari sa bawat dates. At nakalagay na rin ang mga dates of examinations. Ang schedule po ng quarterly exam. At schedule po na merong klase. Okay. So, nakalagay lang dyan. So, i-run through mo lang, Jazz. Ayan. So, buong taon na yan or buong panuruan. No? The whole school year. Okay. So, kina-capture namin dyan dahil vital yan ng mga information sa ating mga parents. Somehow, they would be able to connect with that and learn from it. Okay. So, we proceed to the next, physical fitness. Ayan. Sa physical fitness natin, sige, patuloy pa sa February hanggang April. Yes, sa physical fitness natin, kahit na nasa bahay ang mga bata, meron tayong video courtesy from Davao del Norte Division, headed by or is spearheaded by the superintendent, are this physical fitness kasi we want the kids to be still healthy active and engaging kahit nasa bahay sila. So they can view the videos, they can review, replay everything about this, and these are standards. Okay, so kailanganin natin yan. Okay, next, we have mental wellness and psychosocial support or psychological first aid activities. Ito po ay patungkol sa pag-uusapan natin ngayon after my talk. So kasama na rin ang video dito. Ang kagandahan dahil video po siya, masundan po siya. Okay, next. We have the protocols of the COVID-19. So atin lang i-remind na sa atin kahit nasa bahay or once our parents will go out, kunin na nila ang kanilang mga self-learning modules. We are practicing all this, social distancing, at saka yung lahat ng babala no, ng ating local IATF. Tapos, finally, we have the personal hygiene and protocols of the COVID-19. Ayan, next, last slide na just. Ayan, so hindi ko yan i-dwell. Kasi makakatulong yan sa ating mga parents na makakasama nila lagi ang ating mga learners. Finally, ito ang challenge natin. Basta't sama-sama tayo sa sulong edukalidad, isa pong karangalan ang maglingkod sa bayan. God bless everyone!
So magandang umaga po muli sa ating lahat, sa ating po mga DepEd family. So ako po ay natasang mag-present sa coronavirus disease sa araw na ito. So ano po ba yung coronavirus disease? Yung coronavirus is actually a large family of viruses that would cause respiratory illness ranging from common colds to a more serious infection like such as the one yung MERS-CoV at SARS-CoV. And in severe cases, it can actually cause pneumonia or severe acute respiratory diseases and even kidney failure. So ang coronavirus po ay isang zoonotic disease in nature, tulad po ng SARS-CoV, kung saan meron po kasing mga animals na pwede pong magdala ng sakit na ito. Katulad po ng SARS-CoV, nung mga unang panahon na nagkaroon po tayo, ay ito po ay nanggaling sa civet cats. So ito po ang tawag dito ay mga reservoir animals, the sources ng infection. Yun naman pong MERS-CoV na nanggaling sa camels. At sa symptoms po ay halos magkakapareho po sila. And sa coronavirus, meron din pong lagnat, ubo, respiratory symptoms, shortness of breath, difficulty of breathing, at dun sa mga iba pong nakita naming mga pasyente, meron din pong pagtatae. So, in terms of how it is transmitted, it is, since this is a new disease not previously identified in humans, and it is actually caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus. This can be transmitted from person to person and animal to human through droplet infection after close contact with an infected patient or animal, for example, in your household, in your workplace, in your healthcare facility, or in a live animal market. So in terms of treatment, wala pa po tayong vaccine para dito. There is no specific treatment that is available. But we have supportive care and symptomatic treatment for our cases for those patients who have been afflicted. So, paano maipapasa ang virus ng COVID? Ito po ay naipapasa sa pamamagitan ng maliliit na patak mula sa pagsasalita, pagbahin, pag-ubo ng isang infected na tao. So ito po yung tinatawag nating droplet transmission. Ang droplets po ay mula sa pag-ubo at pagbahin at maaaring umabot ng 1 metro. So panatilihin po ang 1 metrong layo sa mga tao para na may simptomas ng respiratory illness upang makaiwas po tayo dito sa sakit na ito. Para po maiwasan ang pagkahawa o maipasa ang COVID-19, Kailangan po nating pagsasagawa ng physical distancing. So manatili lamang po sa bahay upang mabawasan ng interaction sa ibang tao at panatilihin 1 metro ang distansya sa mga taong nasa paligid, sa loob at labas ng tahanan. Panatilihin din pong malinis ang mga kamay, hugasan ang inyong kamay, mga 20 seconds gamit sabon at tubig, o kaya gumamit ng alcohol-based hand rub. At gawin ang wastong paraan ng pag-ubo. Takpan ang inyong bibig at ilong gamit ang braso o tissue kapag bumabahin o umuubo. Iwasan din pong hawakan ang bibig, ang mata at ang ilong. So huwag hawakan ang bibig, ang mata, ang ilong, lalo na kung humawak ka sa maruruming bagay at paglilinis sa pag-disinfect. So panatiling malinis ang inyong tahanan at mga kagamitan. At pwede po tayong gumawa ng bleach na sinatawag natin sa pamamagitan ng sodium hypochlorite bleach. Ito po ay pwedeng magtimpla ng 7 kutsara ng bleach, haluan lang po 1 litrong tubig. O kaya pwede din tayong gumamit ng 70% alcohol. Sumunod sa mga tagubili ng ating mga health officers at hawak nila ang mga bagong impormasyon hinggil sa COVID-19 at sila po ay makakapagbigay payo sa atin. So sino ang maaaring mahawa ng virus na ito? Ang sino man, anuman ang edad ay maaaring mahawa sa COVID-19. Wala pong sino-sino ang virus na to. So ang mga grupong may mataas na tsansang magkaroon ng malubhang karamdaman ay ang mga sumusunod. Ay yung ating pong mga senior citizens, 65 years old and above, ating mga lolo at lola, at mga taong dati nang may karamdaman, katulad ng may mga alta presyon, sakit sa puso, baga, diabetes, sakit sa kidney, sa atay, sa neurological conditions, o pati cancer, kasama din po dito, o kaya yung mga merong HIV/AIDS. So, may mga lubhang mapanganib. Ito ay lubhang mapanganib din sa ating mga nagbubuntis na babae na edad 17 at mas bata, may edad 35 o kaya mas matanda, at yung mga may dati nang karamdaman. So ito po yung ating classification. Sinasabi po natin na yung mga persons under monitoring or persons under investigation, hindi COVID-19 na kaso, pero doon po sa mga persons under monitoring natin, base po doon sa bagong issuance po or interim guidelines ng April 16, tinatawag na po natin silang contact, no? So ito po mga individuals na to, ito po yung ating nilalagay sa quarantine at home o kaya sa mga barangay isolation units natin. Doon naman po sa person under investigation, ito po yung mga suspect cases natin at yung iba po nito wala pang test o hindi pa natetest. Pero meron po kasi silang exposure o contact with a probable or confirmed case of COVID. Halimbawa po ay yun pong ating mga healthcare worker or caregiver ng mga COVID patients, those working together with COVID positive patients, traveling together with COVID positive or living together with COVID confirmed cases, at yung mga health workers din ho, kung saan mayroong pasyente doon sa kanilang ospital na minamanage ng COVID. So, meron din po tayong mga hindi tiyak o tukoy ang resulta ng test. Ang tawag po sa kanila ay probable cases. Pero
technical difficulties that we are experiencing right now because now in Santo Tomas, Davao del Norte, we have a loss of connection. Pero hindi po tayo mapipigilan ng loss of connection dahil hahanap po kami na paraan upang makakonect sa inyo. So earlier po, we are done with our session on home parenting po. Training with our very own CLMD Chief of DepEd Region 11, Dr. Janet Veloso, the homegrown training for parents. And we started with our COVID-19 information and awareness. Yes, ma'am, tama po, Ma'am Ria Kasipag, walay PLDT sa Santo Tomas ngayon. So allow me po muna to give shout outs to some of our teacher participants who are active in our live chat right now. Maayong buntag po mga teachers. To Ma'am Rose Roncado, good morning ma'am from Santo Tomas National High School. Good morning Ma'am Rose. Ug sa tanang grade 10 department ng mga teachers with good morning as well. Ang inyong account rin no is Zakot in YouTube channel, but Lizelle Tubilla. So si Ma'am Lizelle Tubilla ni. Good morning po, watching from, nawala na siya. Good morning po, Ma'am Lizelle. Ma'am Lizelle from Anibungan National High School. Next, let us greet po, sir, rather, Joey Talon, watching from Linao National High School. Mayong buntag sa tanan natong mga kaubanan na teachers in Linao National High School. Yeah. We also have Ma'am Ardeline De Felipe watching from La Libertad Elementary School, Santo Tomas East. Ayan. So keep your comments coming po because we will make way po upang makapagpatuloy tayo sa ating presentations this morning. Ayan. Sige.
May lagnat ka, may ubo, hirap ang paghinga, nasa edad 60 years old pataas, mayroong ibang pangsakit tulad ng mga nabanggit ko nung una, mayroong masela na pagbubuntis o isang healthcare worker. Pwede ka rin makonsider na suspect kung nagkaroon ka ng biglang karamdaman sa baga na may malubhang sintomas na hindi pa matukoy ang kadahilanan at kailangan kang madala sa ospital. So, pwede ka rin makonsider na probable case kung ikaw ay suspect patient at hindi tiyak ang resulta ng iyong testing. O kaya, ginawa na yung test, hindi pa opisyal na laboratorio na gumagawa ng RT-PCR test. So, meron po tayong mga testing centers na nagsasagawa nito at ito po ay usually sa mga ospital, sa RITM. So, nag-expand na po tayo ng ating testing centers. Meron din po tayo sa PGH, sa Lung Center of the Philippines, dun po sa Tala Hospital sa Caloocan. At marami pa pong mga nagpapa-accredit na testing centers, mga 17 po lahat yan, kung saan po tayo pwedeng magpa-test para sa confirmatory test na tinatawag natin RT-PCR test. Para po dun sa mga kinukonsider na confirmed case, yun po ay positive sila sa RT-PCR test at definitely COVID-19 case po sila. So base po sa global report ng ating mga confirmed COVID-19 cases all over the globe, meron na pong naitalang more than 2.4 million na kaso, 169,000 deaths, at ang ating pong case fatality rate ay 7%. So ito po yung mga kaso sa buong mundo na naitala. At kung ikukumpara po natin yung case mortality rate ng COVID-19 versus yung MERS-CoV o SARS-CoV, makikita po natin na mas marami po ang mortality ng MERS-CoV at SARS-CoV compared sa COVID-19, which is 7%. Ito naman po yung mga naitala o reported confirmed COVID cases as of April 23. We have 6,981 confirmed cases, 722 recovered cases, at 462 deaths. So ito po yung ating naitala as of April 23, kung saan meron po tayong mga 29 new recovered cases at 16 new deaths. Ito rin po yung ating total coronavirus cases sa Pilipinas mula February 15 hanggang April 21, at makikita po natin na ito po ay pataas pa. Ito naman po yung mga daily new cases na naitatala from February 15 to April 21, at nakita po natin dito na ang pinakamataas na cases ay naitala noong March 31. Sa active cases, mga infected population, currently infected, karamihan po nito ay mga nasa ospital pa. So, tumataas pa rin po. And sa total deaths, pataas pa rin po siya. So, ito rin po yung mga daily new deaths na naitala. So, ito po yung ating mortality doubling time na pinapakita po dito sa graph ay nag-slow down significantly. Ang ating pong doubling time as of now is nandun po sa 3 to 7 days. So, bumabagal po. Ang ibig pong sabihin nito ay bumabagal po ang ating transmission ng mga kaso. So, ito po ay isang magandang senyales na ang ating ECQ ay more or less, meron po tayong gains because naglagay po tayo ng extended quarantine measures at matatapos po ng April 30, pero dahil pinag-aralan po ng IATF kung ano po ang mga susunod na hakbang, abangan po natin kung magkakaroon po tayo ng extension o magkakaroon po tayo ng modified extension. So ito po, pinapakita po natin dito ang ating doubling time ay nasa 3 to 7 days na po. So medyo bumabago po ang ating rate of transmission. Ano po ang ating mga estratehiya para supuin ang COVID-19? Basically, 4 po yung ating strategy. Yung enhanced community quarantine and social distancing, para po ang ating mga kababayan ay manatili sa kanilang mga tahanan at maglagay ng distansya sa isa't isa, mga 1 meter away from each other. Gumagawa po tayo ng contact tracing and surveillance para po matuntun natin yung mga taong nakasalamuhang may sakit, at mas pinaigting pa ang ating pagsubaybay sa mga taong ito, lalo na po yung may malubhang sakit sa baga. Meron po tinatawag tayong triage system, at ito po ay meron din tayo ginawang increased testing capacity. So, yung unang isa sa ilalim sa testing ay yung mga taong nangangailangan nito at pagpaparami ng mga taong maaaring bigyan ng test. So, we are currently increasing our testing capacity para po mas marami pa ho tayong ma-test na individual. Meron din po tayong improved case management, pinahusay na pangangalaga sa mga taong nagpositibo sa COVID-19. Kung gagawin po natin ang mga estratehiyang ito at may patutupad ng maayos, ay mababawasan ang mga Pilipinong mahahawa sa COVID-19. At dadami ang mga gagaling mula sa virus, mas magiging epektibo ang pagtugon ng mga ospital sa bawat kaso, at mailigtas tayong mga buhay. So, pipigilan na enhanced community quarantine ang pagkalat ng virus sa isang komunidad dahil nililimitahan nito ang paggalaw ng mga tao upang lumiit ang tsansang mahawa o makahawa sila ng iba. So, pinoprotektahan din ito ang mga pinaka nanganganib na magkasakit. So dito po sa ating enhanced community quarantine and social distancing, panatilihin lang po natin ang ating mga kababayan sa loob ng kanilang tahanan, mag-social distancing ng 1 metro sa bawat isa, mabawasan ang panganib ng exposure, lalo na kung nasa supermarket o sa butika. Pag-iwas sa matataong lugar, patuloy na pagkakaroon ng good hygiene sa pamamagitan ng wastong pag-ubo or cough etiquette, palagi ang paghuhugas ng kamay at hindi paghawak sa bibig, tainga at ilong. Okay, so tuloy-tuloy po ang ating contact tracing and surveillance, isang proseso kung saan ang mga taong na-expose sa isang presentation. So yung surveillance po na sinasabi natin ay ang isang proseso ng pagtukoy ng mga posibleng kaso ng COVID-19 mula sa mga taong may severe acute respiratory illness o malubhang sakit sa baga. So ito po ay ginagawa upang mahanap po ang ibang posibleng kaso ng COVID-19 sa labas ng ginagawang contact tracing. So ano ang maaaring gawin sa oras na kontakin ka ng DOH sa contact tracing and surveillance? Sagutin po ang mga tanong nila ng buong katapatan, makipag-ugnayan sa DOH habang minomonitor ang mga sintomas, ihiwalay ang sarili mula sa ibang tao kabilang na ang mga mahal sa buhay natin. Ipagpatuloy ang social distancing, bastong paghugas ng kamay, bastong pubo at iba pang good hygiene practices. Yun naman pong triad system, ito po ay kasalukuyang pinagbubuti pa ng ating DOH, ang ating mga testing facilities, at bumibili tayo ng mga bagong testing kits para mas maraming pasyente ang ating maipatest. So, sa ngayon, gagamitin ang triad system sa paghawak ng mga kaso. So, dito po, prioridad ng testing ang mga taong mahina ang resistensya. So, kailangan silang gamutin sa lalong madaling panahon dahil sila ang pinakananganganib na may magkasakit. Ano po ang maaaring gawin? Kung ikaw ay makararanas ng bahagyang sintomas, subalit mas bata sa 65 years old, walang iniindang karamdaman dati pa, hindi mo kailangang magpa-test. Manatilang sa tahanan at uminom ng gamot para sa nararamdaman at hindi rin po kailangang mag-self-medicate ng antibiotics. Kung ikaw ay nakararanas ng matinding sintomas o kaya bahagyang sintomas, subalit dati nang may iniindang karamdaman, o 65 years old and above, maaaring dumiretso na sa ospital. Kung hindi sigurado, wag nang mag-atubiling tumawag sa DOH hotline. Meron po tayong hotline 02894-COVID, 02894-26843, or 1555 para sa Smart at LDT subscribers. Huwag basta maniwala sa mga balita tungkol sa paggagamot sa COVID-19. Tiyakin muna kung totoo, gamit ang mga opisyal na channels ng DOH at huwag maniwala sa mga nagtitinda ng peking COVID-19 kits. Mga lisensyadong laboratorio po lamang ng DOH ang maaring magsagawa ng mga test. At meron na po tayong 6 na laboratorio sa buong bansa na pinabubuti pa po para makapagpa-test pa ng mas maraming tao. Yung ating pong case management ay paglalaan ng dagdag na health supplies, mga PPEs, N95 or respirators at mga gamot para sa ating mga nangangasiwa ng mga kaso ng COVID-19 sa mga health facilities. At pagsasanay din ng mga health workers tungkol sa pinakabagong kaalaman kung paano alagaan ng ating mga pasyente. Dahil tataas po ang tsansang gumaling ang mga COVID patients kung mahusay ang ating pangangalaga. So kung ikaw ay sa improved case management, ang maaaring gawin kung nais mong mag-donate ng PPEs, mask, gamot, ibang equipment sa ating health workers, wag lang po kayo mag-atubiling kontakin ng DOH at maging updated po ang ating mga health workers sa ating mga inilalabas na clinical guidelines through our official channels. So, ito na po ang ating mga nagawa. We are currently on Code Red Alert Level 4, Sub-Level 2. So, naglagay po na tayo ng temporary travel ban for domestic and international flights. We have activated our COVID-19 Emergency Operations Center and Incident Command Center. We have established a task force for COVID-19. We have disseminated 174 policy issuances and 22 IATF resolutions. We have implemented quarantine, ongoing intensive contact tracing. We have also attended to the repatriation of thousands of our overseas workers from different countries. We have prepared our laboratories and hospitals and community engagement activities for the ECQ implementation. So meron po tayong ongoing daily Bit COVID report presser every 4 p.m. at situational report and case tracker. So nag-recommend po tayo ng declaration ng public health emergency for enhanced community quarantine in Manila and the whole of Luzon. So, meron na po tayong mga subnational laboratories na na-establish po natin, 17 lab facilities as of April 23, and we're still assessing 47 more. We have been procuring, distributing PPEs to both public and private hospitals, and continuing with our procurement for our RT-PCR test kits, and reclassification based on WHO case definition as I presented earlier. And we have already our designated uh, COVID-19 hospitals like PGH, Lung Center, Jose Rodriguez Memorial, some private hospitals like St. Luke's Medical Center, uh, Makati Med, and other referral hospitals for Luzon, as well as identified quarantine facilities at the local levels and those at national level. So marami na rin po tayong na-establish na quarantine facilities, lalo na po dito sa Luzon, at ang mga iba po nito ay nandito sa Metro Manila. So meron po tayong mga nailagay na sa ating yung pong ginawa natin sa, ibibigay ko po yung listahan later sa inyo. So meron din po tayong mga telemedicine and online psychological services. Meron pong mass testing using yung ating RT-PCR. At nag-emergency hiring po kami currently ng ating mga health personnel for COVID-19 response. We've also launched our contra-COVID chatbot, yung ating Kira, Knowledge Informs Responsible Action, or katuwang na impormasyon para sa responsableng aksyon. Ito po yung ating code alert system. So nasa code red po tayo, sub-level 2, because meron po tayong sustained community transmission, and we have a series of clusters in a population infected with COVID-19 in a given period of time, continuing to extend its reach in other areas. So sa Code Red Sub-Level 2, meron pong ebidensya ng community transmission at patuloy na pagtaas at paglaganap ng mga kaso na hindi pa sa kakayahan ng gobyerno na tugunan. At isa po tayo sa unang naglabas ng extend ng ating community quarantine at nag-lockdown tayo. Tayo po yung unang-una dito sa Southeast Asia. So para po dun sa mga may simptomas na may travel history, may history of exposure na tinatawag nating patient under investigation. Kung kayo po ay may symptoms, kailangan po kaagad ng admission and management sa isang level 2 or level 3 hospital. Pero kung kayo naman po ay walang symptoms, pero meron kayong travel history to an area with travel restriction, at kung positive po kayo sa travel history, you are considered person under monitoring at kailangan po kayo mag-home quarantine for 14 days. So, yung pong sinasabi nating history of exposure, yung mga nabanggit ko po kanina, kung kayo ay health worker or working together with a COVID patient, travel together with a COVID patient or a health worker in a facility where the COVID patients are being managed. So dun po sa mga may travel history to countries and also in areas where there is a high transmission in the locality na may symptoms, kung meron po kayong symptoms, considered po kayo persons under investigation. Kung mild ang symptoms, no comorbid conditions na mga nabanggit ko po, hindi po kayo elderly, pwede po kayong mag-quarantine at home, or meron po tayong mga naitala ngayong mga barangay quarantine or isolation facilities. Kung meron po sa inyong lugar, ay pwede po kayong ma-isolate dito sa mga temporary treatment and monitoring facilities na na-establish po. So kung hindi naman po, you are considered a PUM, person under monitoring, and kung wala naman po kayong history of exposure within 14 days or direct contact with a COVID-19 patient or working together or traveling together or living together with a COVID positive patients, kayo po ay considered person under monitoring. So ito po yung algorithm natin for probable or confirmed COVID-19 cases. Para po dun sa mga severe or high-risk cases, kailangan po nating ma-admit, no? Kasama din po doon ang mga moderate cases, lalo na po kung elderly at meron pong comorbid conditions. And para doon sa mga mild or low risk, pwede pong mag-home quarantine or isolation for 14 days. Ito po yung mga laboratorio na ating na-establish, license for COVID-19 testing. At ang pinakamarami po nito ay nandito sa Maynila, meron din po sa Baguio, ang ating Baguio General Hospital, sa Cebu, ang Vicente Soto Memorial Medical Center, sa Davao, ang Southern Philippines Medical Center, sa Iloilo, Western Visayas Medical Center, sa Legazpi, Bicol Regional Diagnostic Reference Laboratory, at the rest po ay nandito na po sa Metro Manila. So ang ating pong mga advice para sa ating publiko para maprotektahan sa banta ng COVID-19, proper hand hygiene, practice proper cough etiquette, maintaining social distancing 1 meter away from any individual with cough or fever, avoid touching the eyes, the ears, and the nose, clean personal things and surfaces with disinfectant solution, wearing a face mask when going outside of the house. At para po maprotektahan yung iba and yourself from getting sick, wash your hands after coughing or sneezing, when caring for the sick, before, during, and after you prepared food, for the sick, before eating or after toilet use, when the hands get dirty, and after handling animals or animal waste. Ano po yung proper cough etiquette? Cover your mouth and nose with a hanky or a tissue, or the crook of your elbows, o dito po sa laylayan ng ating dito po sa harap ng ating t-shirt or blouse. Move away from people when coughing. Do not spit. Throw away tissues in appropriate bin. Always wash your hands after sneezing or coughing, or you can use alcohol or sanitizer. Yung physical distancing po ay kailangan 1 meter away from individuals, lalo na po yung may respiratory symptoms. So, i-maintain po ang layo ng mga tao, lalo na po kung may respiratory symptoms o ubo at sipon. So, ito po ay halos kasing haba ng isang motorsiklo o upuan para sa 2 tao. So, yung sa proper use of mask is recommended po para those with respiratory symptoms like cough, colds, or sore throat, or those caring for patients with respiratory symptoms, and those going outside of their homes, as well as especially for the health workers po. So, isuot lamang po ang mask sa lahat ng oras habang nasa mga pampublikong lugar, kahit habang nakikipag-usap. Galing lamang ito kapag nasa bahay na o kailangan kumain. Tiyaking laging naghuhugas ng kamay, dumistansya kahit 1 metro sa ibang nasa labas, at takpan ang inyong ilong at bibig kapag umuupo o bumabahin. Hindi sapat ang pagsuot lamang ng face mask para maprotektahan ka sa COVID-19. Avoid crowded places. Kung makakaiwas po sa mga matataong lugar, ay umiwas po tayo. So, doon po sa mga sick animals and animals that have died of disease, hindi po dapat pinakain yan. Lalo na po yung mga may sakit na hayop. Even in areas experiencing outbreaks, meat products can be safely consumed kung ito po ay iluluto po natin na maayos at properly handled during food preparation. So, some tip lang po, use different chopping boards and knives for raw meat and cooked foods. And wash your hands between handling raw and cooked foods. Para po sa ating health advisory, paano po mag-disinfect ng mga bagay-bagay upang maiwasan ang COVID-19? So, ugaliin pong linisin yung mga bagay na mas madalas hawakan ng tao. At ito po ay pagsasagawa ng isang parting bleach sa 100 parts ng tubig. So, 1/4 cup ng bleach na sodium hypochlorite, 1 galon ng malinis na tubig, para punasan po ang mga bagay-bagay na karaniwan po ay nahahawakan tulad ng doorknobs, yung pong ibabaw ng labesa, yung pong switches, yung pong madalas na pipindot at hinahawakan. Paano po maglinis o disinfect? Siguraduhin pong malinis ang inyong gamit para maiwasan Pwede pong gumamit din ng 70% alcohol para ma-disinfect ang mga bagay na madalas na hinahawakan tulad ng cellphone, susi, remote control, computer keyboard, yung mouse, at iba pang personal na gamit. Paano maglinis ng bahay? Siguraduhin pong malinis ang inyong kapaligiran. I-disinfect din ang inyong bahay. Sahig, ibabaw ng lamesa, upuan, mga railings, doorknob, at iba pang bahagi ng bahay. So, bahay muna, buhay muna. Yung pong pag-spray o misting ay hindi po nakakaprotekta against COVID-19 at baka makasama pa nga po. So the DOH would not recommend spraying or misting. There is no evidence to support that spraying of surfaces or large-scale misting of areas, indoor or outdoor, with disinfecting agents will kill the virus. Spraying has an additional health and safety concern as it can cause any pathogen to be dispersed further from the direct application of the spray. So di po ba sabi natin droplet itong infection na to? At so maaari pong disperse yung virus using the spray. So it can also result to skin irritation or inhalation of chemicals as well as development of respiratory side effects, lalo na po kung allergic kayo ng ini-spray, may also cause environmental pollution. So wag po tayo mag-spray or mist disinfection at this time. Soak objects completely or disinfect surfaces directly to kill the virus. Para po dun sa mga ating mga damit halimbawa, pwede po natin i-disinfect using yung ating ginamit na panlinis. So mag-fact check lamang po tayo from DOH at ito po ay mga designated COVID facilities. Kasalukuyan po tayo nag-emergency hiring ng mga health personnel for our COVID response para po mapunuan ng mga kakulangan sa ating mga ospital na dinesignate natin na COVID-19 referral. So, maaari mo pong gamitin yung tinatawag nating KIRA, Contra COVID bot sa Facebook, Viber, at Contra COVID PH web app. So, si KIRA po, ito po ay katuwang na impormasyon para sa responsableng aksyon. Ang Contra COVID bot, responsibilidad natin ang ating kapwa. So ito pong KIRA ay para sagutin po ang inyong mga katanungan tungkol sa COVID-19. Meron po tayo mga homeliners naman na mag-aalaga para po dito sa ating KIRA. So para po malaman kung ikaw ay may risk ng COVID-19, mga impormasyon para sa mga kailangan gawin sa laban sa COVID-19, at sagot sa mga tanong tungkol sa COVID-19 at guidelines ng quarantine. So, pwede pong makausap si Kira sa Facebook Messenger chat, sa Viber, at sa Contra COVID PH web app. Ito po yung virtual presser natin, araw-araw at 4 p.m. At para po sa ating public advisories, you can visit the following official DOH channels, yung ating COVID live tracker, https and covetracker.doh.gov.ph, yung ating DOH website, www.doh.gov.ph, COVID-19, healthypilipinas.ph, ang ating pong Facebook, www.facebook.com, official DOH Gov, and yung ating facebook.com/DOH Healthy Pilipinas, o kaya sa twitter.com/doh.gov. At marami po tayong ginawang infographics, social media cards that we can share through email. So ito po yung ating mga website kung saan makakakuha ng mga impormasyon on COVID-19. Yun na lamang po ang aking isi-share sa inyo. Maraming salamat po.
So ngayon po, on my part, I'm going to discuss about some important considerations regarding mental health and psychosocial support and remote psychological first aid. Ayan, alam ko po sa inyo na yun nga, nakapag-training na kayo on MHPSS and PFA. So ang gagawin po natin ngayon is ay sort of review, i-refresh natin yung mga natutunan natin before. And at the same time, we're going to learn how we are going to apply MHPSS and psychological first aid virtually. Kasi po tayo po ngayon ay nasa punto na ang ating mga kagaya nito ng activity na ginagawa natin, lahat ay sa paggamit ng technology. Okay? So kung ready na po kayong lahat, make sure nakapwesto kayo ng masarap-sarap, nakaupo kayo ng okay or nakahiga man, no, kasi ito po ay dire-diretso tayo for around 30 to 40 minutes. So sit back and then listen carefully, and we begin our discussion first by answering and reviewing what MHPSS is. So we define MHPSS, or mental health and psychosocial support, is used, no, to describe any type of local support that aims to protect or promote psychosocial well-being and or prevent or treat mental disorder. So given po that MHPSS is any kind of local support, no, MHPSS in itself is not an approach, okay? But rather, MHPSS offers us a set of guidelines to be followed in order for our psychosocial support initiatives to be effective and successful. So, MHPSS, for its purpose, is to enable humanitarian actors and communities to plan, establish, and coordinate a set of minimum multi-sectoral responses to protect and improve people's mental health and psychosocial well-being in the midst of an emergency. So kaya po, gumagawa tayo ng MHPSS initiative through the training of psychological first aid, because we want to improve our kapwa, our fellow Filipinos' lives through psychosocial support. Starting with the first core principle of human rights and equity. So for every MHPSS initiative or activity, human rights of all affected persons should be promoted, as well as the protection of individuals and groups who are at a heightened risk of human rights violations. And who are these people? Kung naaalala pa natin, they are the marginalized. Okay, so the marginalized are usually at high risks of vulnerability. That is why we have to protect their human rights and provide equity. Second is participation. So in every MHPSS activity, the participation of the local, ayan, sana po malakas na yung audio ko. Yan, so the participation of the local affected population should be maximized. Ayan. So kaya po hinihingi yung participation ninyo, kasi we would like to maximize the persons in your particular areas. So kayo yung magiging point persons per areas. The third one is the core principle of do no harm. So in every MHPSS initiative, there is a potential harm, especially when working on mental health and psychosocial support, because it deals with highly sensitive issues. So we have to be careful in dealing with such cases. And you have learned PFA naman before, so you know exactly what to do. Core principle number 4 is building on available resources and capacities. So the key here is to build on local capacities, supporting self-help, and strengthening the resources already present. So yun nga po, sabi ko kanina, we are maximizing what we have at hand. Okay, kasi meron na tayong resources. So dapat yun yung una nating nagagamit. And then, core principle number 5 is on integrated support systems. So MHPSS activities and programs should be integrated as far as possible. Okay? That is why if you're going to work on psychosocial support, it's better that we work hand in hand with other organizations whether that is a government or a non-government organization, so that we'll be able to get all the support we can have in making our psychosocial social support activities more effective. And finally, MHPSS activities is composed of a multi-layered support. So a layered system of complementary support is key in organizing MHPSS. And this multi-layered system of MHPSS is shown in the intervention pyramid. Starting with the base layer, which is basic services and security. So in here, the well-being of all people should be protected through the establishment or re-establishment of security, adequate governance, and services that address basic physical needs, which includes food, shelter, water, basic health care, no, and control of communicable disease. And that is what the government now is doing. Secondly, has something to do with community and family supports. Okay? So here, ang ibinibigay natin ditong serbisyo has something to do with access to key community and family supports. So if you're able now to fulfill the basic needs para mas lalo pa na matulungan tayo psychosocially, kailangan we are provided with community and family supports. On the third layer now is the focus non-specialized supports. So dito makikita natin that it represents the support necessary for the still smaller, mas konti na lang, compared to the other two layers who needs additional support, no? Whether it is a focused individual, family, or group intervention by trained and supervised workers, no? And included here in the third layer is the conduct of psychological first aid. Okay, so dyan papatak yung psychological first aid na gagawin natin. And at the top layer is specialized supports. So dito, yung mga tao na na-identify natin under the third layer na nangangailangan ng referral, dito natin sila ibibigay sa specialized services wherein this will now be provided by registered or licensed mental health and medical professionals to be able to provide their specific needs. So there are lots of MHPS activities that we can do. And included, if you can see at number 5, yung basic training natin on psychological first aid, kasama dyan. At yung mga iba pang bagay na maaari nating magawa para sa komunidad in order for us to deliver psychosocial support. Okay? However, given all those activities that that we have here in the screen, continuous monitoring and evaluation should take place to identify the most appropriate activity at a given time. Okay? So ngayon na alam na natin, na refresh na tayo so kung ano nga ba ang MHPSS, we go now directly and more specifically to a specific MHPSS activity that we can do and you were trained to do before. And that is psychological first aid. So we define PFA as a method of helping people in distress so they feel calm and supported to cope better with their challenges. Okay, so PFA help normalize worry and emotions. It also promotes healthy coping and provides feeling of safety, calming, and hope. And since PFA is first aid per se, PFA is designed to reduce the initial distress caused by crisis events and to foster short and long-term adaptive functioning and coping. So yun yung aim natin sa pagbibigay ng psychological first aid. To capacitate the person give him or her short and long-term adaptive skills and coping para malampasan niya no yung crisis na pinagdadaanan natin ngayon dahil sa COVID. Now, bakit remote psychological first aid? Why is it PFA in a distance? Why is it virtual psychological first aid? So, as we all know, face-to-face interaction is how PFA is normally done. Okay? However, the conditions of the current pandemic hinders us from doing so. So, keeping a physical distance to others, no, is required during the outbreak. Okay? So, ngayon na na-define at na nakita na natin, no, kung ano uli ang psychological first aid, tingnan naman natin, no, yung action principles ng PFA, no? At kung babasahin natin ng mabuti, no, makikita natin na yung action principles ng look, listen, at link ay mahahati, no, sa mga iba-ibang activities. So let's start with look. So look refers to how to assess, number one, the current situation. Okay? People who seek support or sino ba yung nangangailangan ng support? Ano ba yung mga risks? And ano ba yung mga pangangailangan ng mga apektadong mga mamamayan? At ano ba yung kanilang mga expected na emotional reactions? Sa listen, it refers to how to begin the conversation, how to introduce the helper, how we pay attention and listen actively, how we accept feelings, how we do calming, paano natin pinapakalma ang ibang tao, paano tayo nagtatanong tungkol sa kanilang mga pangangailangan, at paano natin sila tutulungan, no, in addressing their needs and problems. And lastly, the action principle of link refers to how to assist with, number one, accessing information, number two, connecting with loved ones and social support, and number three, accessing services and other help. Okay? So, na-enumerate na natin to isa-isa, no? Puntahan at balikan naman natin uli sila because hihimay-himayin natin kung paano ba ginagawa ang mga action principles na ito. And let's start with the action principle of link. Okay? So nakita natin kanina yung mga individual points on how to do the action principle of look. Pero in general, look is all about assessing needs and planning considerations. Okay? And we begin exploring what the action principle of look is by first doing assessment. And here are some questions for considerations for us to be able to assess. Number one, what are the practical and emotional support they might need? For example, yung bang mga mamamayan, yung bang mga tao, do they need to cope with their worries or their fears regarding COVID? Or do they need support because they are experiencing abuse or violence? Okay? What kind of support should I give them? Because they have this kind of fear na nawawala na sila ng kabuhayan. Okay? So those are some questions na pwede nating itanong for number one. Secondly, what is their current situation? Ano ba yung sitwasyon ng mga tao ngayon? Sila ba ay in total lockdown? Are they isolated? Are they quarantined? Okay? Are they alone? Or are they spending time with their loved ones? No? Sila ba ay naka-confine sa hospital? No? Sila ba ay frontline workers? At ano ba yung kondisyon ng mga frontline workers ngayon? Okay? So those are things that we have to consider. And thirdly, we also have to know the kind of risks that they are experiencing. Are they scared that they might spread the virus even though they show no symptoms, etc.? Are they prone to prejudice and discrimination because sila ay PUI or PUM uh, or sila ay suspected na merong case ng COVID, sila ba ay nakakaranas ng diskriminasyon? So yung mga bagay na ito ay dapat nating nalalaman, no? Para mas mapapaunlad natin yung programa na meron tayo para kung sakaling tumawag ang mga taong ito, dala-dala yung mga concerns nila, madali natin itong mahahandle. So ano yung mga signs na magsasabi na ang aking kasamahan sa DepEd ay maaaring nangangailangan na ng tulong? Okay? So as we all know, no, yung physical signs madali yang matunton. It's very easy to interpret physical signs because we are able to see it with our own eyes. We're able to feel it and experience it, no? Yung nararamdaman at nararanasan ng iba. But now, we are in a certain situation that we are physically distant with each other. Baka nga yung sa inyo, parang magkakalayo pa ng mga barangay. Okay, ang mga sityo, magkakalayo pa ng mga tinitirhan. So how will you know? How can you do it remotely? We can look for signs, no? Halimbawa, sa mga nakikita natin na posts or kawalan ng posts sa social media. Okay? Baka yung kasamahan mo, nagpo-post na siya na nahihirapan na siya, wala na siyang makain, no? Tapos, nagpo-post na siya ng mga bagay na parang malulungkot, no? So these are already signs na baka kailangan na niya ng tulong. Pangalawa, social exclusion, no? Before the ECQ, this colleague of yours, madalas siyang mag-text, madalas siyang magparamdam, no? Madalas siyang laging may sinesend na something. Pero ngayon, no, parang hindi na niya nagagawa yon. Hindi na siya nagpaparamdam. Wala ka ng balita tungkol sa kanya. That could be a probable sign. Third, no, and this is something to do with work. This is work-related. So, ano ba yan? Hindi na ba siya nagre-respond sa mga official correspondence sa office? Hindi na siya tumatawag? Hindi na siya nagre-reply? And then fourth, has something to do with low work productivity. Okay? Nangailangan ng medyo nangailangan ng trabaho na ipapasang trabaho, nakapagpasa nga, pero very poor yung work output, no? Or hindi nagsasubmit on time, or hindi uma-attend ng meeting. So ito ay ilan sa mga signs na maaari nating masabi na baka kailangan ng colleague ko ng tulong. Okay. Pero matapos kung malaman yung mga signs na yan, ang sunod na tanong, ano yung gagawin mo? Okay? And this is what you're going to do. What can I do? Number one, we have to monitor them. Okay, for example, in a span of a day or 2 days or 3 days, gaano mo kadalas nakita itong mga post na ito na ilalabas sa social media? Gaano kadalas ka nag-text sa isang araw na ni isa wala siyang reply? Okay? So we monitor. Pangalawa, we ask first. Okay? And we don't just assume that they are experiencing a crisis. Magtanong muna tayo. Okay? And in asking, we approach respectfully. Number 4, empathize. By listening, of course, listening attentively and actively. And then number 5, reassure as best as you can. Ano yung cue natin dito sa PFA? That your reactions are but normal responses to an abnormal situation. Okay? And number 6, understand the person, lalo na kung saan siya nanggagaling. Unawain natin siya. Number 7, we offer support and we help the person accessing reliable resources. Okay? We encourage the person to do self-care. And then finally, kung pakiramdam mo na hindi mo na kaya or yung kaibigan mo, yung katrabaho mo, hindi na niya kaya, Then number 8, it's time for referral. Here are some messages for supervisors and team leaders on how they can support, no, their team members. So number 1 is to regularly and supportively monitor your staff for their well-being and promote an environment which promotes conversation. Usap-usap, kumustahan. Number 2, ensure good quality communication and accurate information updates provided to the staff. Okay? So kung may update man, dapat ito lahat ay legitimate, tama, at nakakatulong. Number 2, staff get the rest and recuperation they need. Remind them to rest from time to time. 4, provide a brief and regular forum to allow workers to express their concerns and ask questions. 5, encourage peer support amongst colleagues. Number 6, facilitate access to and ensure staff are aware of where they can access mental health and psychosocial support services. And number 7, provisions and strategies are in place for both workers and managers, and that supervisors are able to role model self-care strategies to mitigate stress. We now go to planning considerations. And in planning, we should plan for the right tasks. Starting with number 1, since we are going to do remote PFA or virtual PFA or PFA in a distance, we have to identify the channel of communication that is most appropriate for your use. And what we have to consider that here is that it should be available and accessible to the general public. Number 2, operating hours. So will you be available 24/7 or on specific hours of the day? So you have to make it also known. Why? Because operations open 24/7 receive many calls, especially at night, from people living with pre-existing mental health conditions or other illnesses. Number 3 is information dissemination about the service. No? How will you be able to reach a significant amount of people? Paano nyo i-announce na gagawa kayo ng PFA? Paano nyo masasabi sa kanila, sa mga nangangailangan, na kayo bilang isang organisasyon ay nag-o-offer ng PFA? Number 4, safety and privacy of both caller and responder. So consider and adapt to the physical environment. Kung ano yung environment na meron kayo dyan sa inyo, you try to adapt. Ensure privacy and avoid disturbance during a call. For example, make sure no one will disturb. Okay? Let family members and others know that the room is used for a call or video conference. Halimbawa, kagaya po ngayon, I have to inform yung kapatid ko tsaka po yung nanay at tatay ko that I'm doing this webinar. So bawal nila ako katukin, bawal nila laksan yung TV, bawal sila magingay, no? Para hindi po ako ma-distract sa ginagawa ko. Number 5, ease of use of communication tools. So kung gagamit po tayo ng medyo advanced na technology or ng technology, we have to consider whether the technology is user-friendly, no? Kung madali ba siyang gamitin. And then also we have to consider signal and access to internet connectivity. Okay? Kasi baka mamaya wala kayo nun. Number 6, referral pathway. So, kung paano tayo magre-refer, referral system na meron, kailan mo dapat malaman kung kailan na siya i-refer. So, lahat po ito ay naka-indicate. Mamaya, mababanggit ko dun sa link part. Okay? And then number 7, voluntary recruitment. Well, this is not exactly your problem because basically, you yourselves are the members of the team. You yourselves are the volunteers. So, in establishing protocol, we should consider number 1, is your guidance for answering calls, which will be discussed later on in the listening part. Okay, yung guidelines. Paano ba tayo sumagot ng tawag? Number two is monitoring of callers. Okay, should it be a requirement to note any statistical information such as age or gender? So you have to take note of that, no? At kung kailangan nyo na kunin yung pangalan, edad, or gender, or iba pang impormasyon nila, then we have to ask for their consent and their permission. Sunod is literacy and information drive. Meron ba kayong updated na impormasyon tungkol sa COVID? Meron ba kayong mga websites na alam or mga measures na sinasabi ng otoridad tungkol sa pangangalaga ng sarili at pangangalaga laban sa COVID? Okay? So, dapat meron tayong available na mga resources regarding this, no? So, dapat nakaprepare natin yan. Number 4 is on referral system. So, again, well, this is in the linking part, and this is will be provided to you guys. So, you will be guided accordingly for referral. Number 5, education. Do you have resources or materials, or do you have an updated list of links and other information about psychoeducational materials na maaari nating i-share or ibigay dun sa mga tatawag or hihingi ng impormasyon? Yan. So dapat meron din tayo nito. And number 6, which is a also very important, care for carers. So punta na tayo sa sunod. Ang sunod natin na action principle is the principle of listen. Yan. So this will serve now as our guidance for answering and responding to calls. Okay? So PFA can be in the form of audiovisual or audio or only audio or auditive contacts only. Okay? So ito yung bago natin talaga sagutin yung mga tawag, ito yung ilan sa mga konsiderasyon natin on how we can handle calls. Okay? So remember, number 1, to exercise empathy and warmth. Okay? That's important. So if you are using voice calls or yung boses lang, nag-uusap lang kayo sa telepono, for you to be able to show empathy and warmth, make sure to speak slowly, dahan-dahan, clearly, malinaw, and calmly, mahinahon, and to modulate voice that shows care in order to communicate empathy and warmth. Understanding of events, and allow for ventilation of frustration. Okay? We accept, we do not judge. So kung may nagkikwento sa atin, hayaan lang natin silang magsalita at makikinig tayo. Number 4, safety. If you are talking to a very worried caller, it is important to create a sense of calm and safety by using, again, a calm tone of voice. So yun po kapag sa boses, no, dapat kalmado yung tono ng pananalita natin. Kapag meron naman po tayong, kunyari, video call yung ginamit natin, maaari po tayong gumamit ng visuals, no, yung pinapakita natin, na safe siya, or gagamit tayo, yun, kagaya nito, mag-i-screen share tayo ng mga material, no, na maaaring magpakita sa kanya na siya ay safe at ligtas. Okay? Number 5, asking the right questions. We all know that PFA is not critical incident stress debriefing. So we do not usually ask the questions what, when, where, ganyan. Especially the question why. But if ever, no, kasi we will engage naman in conversation, as much as possible, we use open-ended questions to clarify. Okay, to clarify points or to confirm kung ano yung sinasabi ng caller. So we ask one question at a time and avoid interpreting what the caller is saying. And number 6, be aware that it is normal to react with anger, frustration, or confusion when experiencing adversity. Huwag ka magpapanik. Kunwari, narinig mo yung tumawag sa'yo na nag-iiyak ka agad. Huwag po tayo magpapanik. Kasi alam natin na yung nararamdaman nila ay mga normal na reaksyon lamang sa isang abnormal na sitwasyon. So dapat, the more na mas pakikinggan natin sila. Okay? So yan yung mga skills na dapat makuha natin in answering calls. So paano na po yung actual na pag-respond sa mga tawag? Okay? How do we now answer calls? So I am going to provide to you a step-by-step guide. So number 1, excuse me, begin by introducing yourself. It's your name, your organization, excuse me, and your position in the organization. Ayan, so dapat inform sila. Number 2, itanong mo kung paano ka makakatulong sa kanila. Ask how you can be of help. No? So you may ask, how may I help you? No? May also ask for your name so that I know what to call you. Okay? So kung ayaw niya ibigay yung pangalan niya or yung identity niya, it's okay. Still continue. No, mas importante yung naibibigay mo na tulong. Pangatlo, agree on the duration of the call. If you're only planning to receive calls for around 30 to 45 minutes, let the caller know that you are only doing it in a short period, in that period of time. Para magkaroon ng yung caller, magkaroon na siya ng setting of expectations na dapat may address at may ibigay niya yung concerns niya within that period of time. Okay? Number 4, we listen to the practical and emotional needs of the caller. And in doing so, we should help them in these 5 different aspects. Number 1, we help them in exploring their emotions. So should the caller be worried, explore what the person is particularly worried about and what their specific concerns are. Halimbawa, maaari nyo po bang masabi sa akin kung ano yung inyong pangamba? No? Nasabi nyo po kanina sa inyong kwento na kayo ay nag-aalala. Maaari po bang malaman kung ano yung mga bagay na sanhi ng inyong pag-aalala? Ayan. So we explore. Number 2, we help in normalizing their reactions. So in case of extreme stress, worry, fear, or loss of control, reassure and normalize these reactions by explaining that such feelings are normal during any crisis event. Okay, yung usual na cue natin na lahat ito ay normal lamang. Number 3, we have to assist them in learning about COVID. Okay? So another option na maaari nating maibigay sa kanila para mabawasan yung worry nila is to mention how having updates and correct information about COVID is helpful for them. Sabi nga nila, maganda ang may alam. So dapat alam nila ang mga impormasyon na ito. Number 4, we help them in accepting emotions. Tanggapin ang kanilang mga nararamdaman. At isa sa mga maaari nating gawin para madali nilang matanggap ang kanilang mga nararamdaman ay sa pamamagitan ng pagtulong sa kanila na ma-identify at mapangalanan, to identify and name those emotions so that it would be easy for them to acknowledge that they are feeling such emotions. And then, number 5, we help them in setting their own limits. Halimbawa, ang sanhi ng worry ng tao ay yung mga nababasa niya na post sa social media. So dapat, isasuggest natin na bawasan niya yung masyado niyang pagpo-post sa Facebook or yung masyado niyang pang-aaway sa Facebook. Kasi kung yun yung nagiging source ng stress niya, or bawasan ng time ng panonood sa TV. Okay? So, setting limits. Number 5 is that we ask about coping, self-care, and stress management. No? So, we ask the caller usually what they usually do to cope with difficult situations and feel better. Ano kaya yung ginagawa nila before na nakakatulong sa kanila in times of a crisis? Baka kasi marahil yung mga ginagawa nila before ay makakatulong din sa kanila ngayon. So have them name a few of them and discuss if they can be useful for the current situation. Ayan. But in case, kunwari yung caller, nagtanong siya for recommendations, you as the PFA provider should be prepared, no? And you should suggest other exercises, coping techniques na maaari niyang gamitin, such as breathing exercises, such as relaxation techniques, progressive muscle relaxation, grounding, mindfulness. Yan, pwede natin itong ituro sa kanila. Okay? So matapos natin silang turuan, pupunta tayo sa number 6, no? Matapos yung mga bagay na na-identify ninyo sa mga maaari niyang gawin, tanungin natin siya na sa mga bagay na iyon, ano ba yung mga maaari niyang gawin? Na sa palagay niya ay kanyang mismong magagawa. And after identifying, we ask the caller to list down all of these things, para the caller will be able to put this into practice. And then we can also ask them to write other sources of inspiration, no, that can help them get through the crisis. Okay? So that is for listening. Okay? So some guidelines, no, kung paano tayo tatanggap ng tawag. So after ng listening part, pumunta na tayo sa huling bahagi, which is linking. And this is about referring and ending call. And baka rin kasi mapansin ninyo, there are some items here in link that overlaps with the listening part. So yung part na yon sa listening tsaka linking, nag-overlap sila, kaya sabay silang nangyayari. Halimbawa na lang ay ito. We help people address basic needs and cope with their problems. Ayan. So, di ba, yung mga coping skills, mga ganyan-ganyan, yung mga sanghihingi ng tulong. So, nasa listening part yon, but at the same time, tinuturungan na rin natin silang mag-link. Okay? So, if the caller needs some practical or emotional assistance, the PFA provider should refer the caller to specialized services. Number 2, give information. Ask what they know and believe about the virus, and where and how they get updated information. Number 3, connect to social support. Tanungin natin sila kung paano sila nag-stay in touch or nakikipag-communicate sa kanilang mga mahal sa buhay, mga kaibigan, mga katrabaho, at iba pang mga importanteng tao sa buhay nila. Okay? Kasi baka mamaya hindi pala nila kinakausap yung mga friends nila, etc. And then, tanungin din natin sila, paano sila nakaka-access ng religion? Sila ba ay nakakasamba pa, nakakasimba, nakakapagdasal? Paano nila nakukuha yung suporta ng kanilang mga ministro or mga pari? Okay? Or mga iba pang religious leaders. So, dapat, tinutulungan din natin sila na lapitan ang mga taong ito. Pang-apat is on referral itself. So, kung kailangan ng referral, i-refer natin. Okay? Kung hindi naman, then, hindi niya kailangan ng tulong. Okay? And then finally, we end the conversation. Tatapusin na natin yung pag-provide ng psychological first aid by doing the action principles of look, listen, and link, and ina-adapt natin sa isang remote version. Ito po yung ilan sa mga tanong, no, na pwede nating itanong na kaya nating sagutin in advance. Okay? Kung sakali na iisipin natin na mag-conduct ng psychological first aid. Halimbawa, anong technology yung gagamitin ko? Phone lang ba? Cellphone lang ba? Or laptop or tablet? No? Pangatlo, paano kung may problema ako sa signal or internet? Paano kaya yung gagawin ko? Saang parte ng bahay ako pipwesto kasi doon malakas ang signal? Aakit ba ako ng bundok o ng puno para lang magkaroon ng signal? Pangatlo, wala akong gadget, no? Pero gusto kong tumulong. Anong pwede kong gawin? Manghihiram ba ako ng gadget sa kakilala ko? Or bibili ba ako? Wow, no, parang pwede tayong lumabas no, para bumili. Pang-apat, hindi ako marunong gumamit ng mga Google Meets na yan, no? Kaya hangga't maaga, pag-aralan na. At panglima, what if mag-fail yung communication channel na meron ako? Ano yung option na meron pa ako na pwede kong gamitin na backup? Okay? At kapag na-consider na natin ang mga yan, yung mga issues at yung mga bagay na yan, I guess we are ready for psychological first aid. No? At sa panghuli, lagi nating tandaan, no, that our negative responses to COVID-19 are but normal reactions to an abnormal situation. We can actively do our part by focusing on things that we can control, especially, for example, keeping safe, taking care of ourselves, and preventing the spread of the virus. No? So we focus on the things we can control and let go of those things that we cannot. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you'll be able to apply remote psychological first aid after this session.
For that very meaningful question. Okay, at this moment, let's read coming from Ma'am Camille M. Cabrera. Ahoy, their fellow
We have Mary Christine C. Sago.
salute to all feed and everyone. Also greeting our Donabel Marimon, still lumalaban. And of course, from Mom Jean Rose, still watching. And greetings coming from Dato Jose. And of course, from Mom Joy, still watching. And from Mary Joy, is still watching also. From Ma'am Sheila May, Pancho down, wala. From Ma'am Jonna El Nana, still watching. From Mary Joy Paran, still watching from Talaingod. Moment, may screen our district Sir Justiniano R. Okay, while waiting, guys, Sir PSDS, reminder also, the school that will give a recapitulation for tomorrow is Dato Jose Libayao Memorial National High Schools. Again, the school will give a recap for tomorrow is the Dato Jose A. Libayao Memorial National High School. Okay, there you have it. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good
It's my
afternoon,
turn. It's my turn.
sir. Yes,
My
sir.
turn.
It's your turn, sir.
Ah,
Yes, sir.
okay. Good afternoon to all the trainers, especially to the simulators of today's LMS training simulations. I heard that you presented the return demonstration with your efforts and determinations. My wife Tara Kubar, the district supervisor of Kapalong West District, told me that all simulators presented very well, and I commend you for the sacrifices that you have done this day. To the members of the technical working group who managed the fourth day of this LMS training, thank you very much. And also also my special thanks to the simulators together with their partner for accepting the challenge is LMS. To all the teachers of our teachers on how to use LMS, and I hope also that we will always remember the things we have learned. Let us continue to work hand on hand for the quality education, not just for the department, but also for our district, the Talaingod district. Thank you so much and good afternoon to all of you.
Thank you so much, Siniano Kubar. Okay. Ay, sir, there's a question, sir. Na yung pangutana, sir, na nagpahabol sa kuwaga ni nag-text, rather. Na siya pangutana, sir. Okay, sir. Um, sa mga TVL daw, sir, unsa daw pamaagi sa ilahang assessment for NC2? Sa senior high po to, sir.
TBL?
Yes, sir, sa
Ah,
TVL.
sa TBL.
Unsa daw pamaagi sa ilahang assessment daw, sir, for NC2?
Dili kaayo ko Wilbers ng TBL kay sa in situ kay kuan maguna kang Daklan, no, dili kaayo ko Wilbers sa mga requirements ana mga guidelines. So baka you can ask to our focal person in the secondary, si Ma'am Daklan. Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, sir. And again, thank you so much. And thank you for always staying with us for the day one until this day. I hope that those presentation that the simulator had discussed a while ago will be useful in our field of teaching as we face the new normal situation in the basic education. This is still Daniel Somosat Jr. saying, learning is not the product of teaching. Learning is the product of the activity of learning. Again, thank you so much and God bless us all.